Hello, I'm Dynast Amir.
So I reached out to another friend of mine. I said, look, I need to go on vacation somewhere. Where should I go? He said, go to Africa. And not only am I going to go, I'm going to explore a new country. So I went to Tanzania, South Africa, Namibia, Mali, Senegal, Morocco, Liberia, Namibia, Kenya, the Voodoo Festival in Ouida, Gambia, Togo, Cote d'Ivoire. Sierra Leone, Ghana, Nigeria. It's been a beautiful experience, just learning more about our culture, our indigenous culture. So Uhuru means freedom in Swahili. I'm in search of my roots. In finding that, I would experience my Uhuru, which is freedom.
Till next time, Dynast Amir. I'm out.
Peace, family. I hope all is well. Hold on one second. Let me get this situated. But I hope all is well. I hope what's today? Friday. I hope you guys are having a great Friday, a great start to the weekend. Now, Dynasty, if you support this foolishness, come on, bro. What foolishness? What foolishness? Jesse, call in. Hold on, Jesse. Before we get hold on, Jesse. Give me about 20 minutes, 30 minutes. I'm gonna put the link in the chat room, and then you can call in. But what foolishness? Love the documentary, Dynasty. Hey, Body Butter Plug. We love you too. We love you too, Body Butter Plug. We love you too. Thank you so much for the support and buying the documentary. In fact, guys, listen, if you have not bought the documentary yet, if you have not bought the documentary, please, 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 please. Shout out to Juanita. And guys, we want to give a round of applause to Juanita for helping with the site, So shout out to Juanita in the chat room. But guys, make sure you go buy the documentary. Again, make sure you go buy the documentary, In Search of Uhuru. Again, please go and buy the documentary, family. I greatly appreciate it. I need everybody to buy the documentary. There is 100,000 of you guys. There is 100,000 subscribers. I don't know if all of you guys are active, but there's 100,000 subscribers. So I need all 100,000 of y'all. Well, 108,000. So I need all 108,000 of you guys to go to searchforuhuru.com. Link is in the chat room. Link is on the screen. And buy a copy of the documentary, family. Again, buy a copy of the documentary. Shout out to Ayana, Marie Shy. Guys, hit the like button. As you come to the chat room, do me a favor. Hit the like button. I will greatly appreciate it. Hit the like button. I shouldn't even have to ask for you guys to hit the like button. So as we come to the chat room, do me a favor. Hit the like button. Greatly appreciate it. and it will mean a lot. So let's start with the like button, and then let's hit that stream for $10.99 button on the searchforhuru.com site, so you guys could buy the documentary if you have not supported and bought the documentary yet. Would greatly appreciate it. It really means a lot. Let's see here. What else? Oh, tours. So guys, so the we just announced where we are traveling to next year as far as the schedule, the tour schedule, the destinations. Shout out to Keisha. I'm gonna be nice today. We're not gonna call you Pooh Keisha. We're gonna call you Keisha today. So yeah, so guys, if you have not gone to searchforwho.com, please go buy the documentary. And then also to make sure you visit donfo.africa. We have announced the destinations and the tour dates for this year's for 2023 for travel. For 2023 travel. So make sure you go to donfo.africa and take a look of where we are going. So Sierra Leone in April, Nigeria in August, Benin in January, Senegal May. And guys, I'm really excited. This is going to be the first group tour to Senegal, and we're going for the St. Louis Jazz Festival. Again, we're going for the St. Louis Jazz Festival in Senegal. So looking forward to that. That's going to be May 21st through May 30th. May 21st through May 30th. We are going to Senegal for the Jazz Festival. So looking forward to that. And then we're going to Zanzibar. So Zanzibar and Senegal are the two new destinations that we have added to the to where we're traveling to for the group tours. Usually it's just been strictly Nigeria and Sierra Leone, but now we're adding Zanzibar and Senegal. So Zanzibar is going to be November 12th through the 21st. That's going to be Safari Blue. Then we're going to Nigeria in August, of course, for the Oshun Festival, August 6th through the 15th. And then we're going to Sierra Leone. Now, guys, we're rolling to Sierra Leone in November. Again, we're rolling to Sierra Leone in November. Again, we're rolling to Sierra Leone in November for the Independence Day celebration tour. I'm sorry. That's in April of next year. In November is going to be the homecoming tour. And that's for people November 20th through December 3rd again. So, guys, this November 20th through December 3rd, we are rolling to Sierra Leone for the let me do it like this. Oh, no. Hold on. No. Okay, there we go. We're rolling to Sierra Leone November 20th through December 3rd. Body butter plug, I got a spot for you. How about that? Body butter plug. How many spots left for November? I got a spot for you and whoever you want to bring. We'll make it happen. There we go. So in November, for the tour in November, Sierra Leone, the homecoming tour. For this tour in November, citizenship is available to those who qualify. Again, citizenship is available to those who qualify. And all you have to have, listen, if you have this right here. In fact, this is for two of my clients. They're currently on the continent. And so I'm going to go ahead and pack this now so I don't forget it. So, you have to have your DNA results through African ancestry. Again, it has to be, oops, to mess up the camera. Again, it has to be body butter plug. I got you. Hit me up. So it has to be through African ancestry. The actual DNA. Oh, guys, give me a second. Sorry about that. Okay, there we go. Okay, it has to be through African ancestry. The DNA results. That's the only DNA company, as far as the results who they are accepting, has to be through African ancestry, okay? And the results have to come back to Sierra Leone. If you got that, I mean, you're pretty much eligible for citizenship in Sierra Leone. No, the actual Sierra Leone ceremony is twice a year, but next year is an election year, and they have not announced the dates for next year yet. Shout out to Marie Shine for the super chat. Sorry about that, Marie Shine. Thank you for the super chat. And guys, listen, Marie has been on a tour. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Marie has been on a tour. She has bought a copy of the documentary, and I think she got some gear too. Right. So it's usually April and November, but again, next year is an election year. So, I'm telling all my people, and shout out to Alexis Fowler. Alexis is joining us as well in Sierra Leone. So shout out to Alexis. Alexis is rolling with us to Sierra Leone in November. So guys, we're leaving in November. Again, November 20th through December 3rd. And if you have, again, your DNA results through African ancestry that link you back to Sierra Leone, you are eligible for citizenship. Again, you are eligible for citizenship. So listen, come claim your citizenship. Once again, next year's an election year. No telling what can happen. I'm still rolling to Sierra Leone. I've done the regular ancestry DNA. I don't have any Sierra Leone on my results. Listen, it doesn't matter what other companies you've used. Even if you had Sierra Leone on the results on another company, if it's not African ancestry, for the most part, they're not accepting it. So, yeah, it got to be African ancestry. So again, I'm taking a group in November to get their citizenship. So if you want to roll with us, and even if you're not eligible. Again, even if you're not eligible for citizenship, you're still more than welcome to join us. I think this year they're doing 2 days that are mandatory in regards to citizenship related activities. So I know on one day you have a seminar you have to go to, and then there's actual paperwork you got to fill out for your passport. Then on another day is the day that we go to immigration, you get fingerprinted. So on those 2 days, people who are not, can you go if you're already African yourself? Listen, anybody can join our tours. It doesn't matter. No matter where you're at, you are more than welcome to join a tour. Please come to Sierra Leone with us. It's a beautiful country, the most beautiful beaches on the planet, great food. You'll love Sierra Leone. So another day is strictly for getting fingerprint. In fact, you know what? Here's my Sierra Leone passport right here. Hold on. Here's my Sierra Leone passport right here. That's my passport, Sierra Leone passport. That's it right there. So yeah. Well, see, Africa ain't giving us no tangibles. They ain't giving us no tangibles. See, we want tangibles. See, they ain't giving us no tangibles. Africans ain't giving us no tangibles. See, we FBA. We do it right here. We don't run. We do it right here in America. Because if Africans ain't giving us no tangibles, shoot. That don't count, Dinah. That don't count. So what? You got a passport. They ain't enough. They ain't no tangibles. So yeah. So those 2 days, the day the seminar and the day that they actually go get fingerprinted for their passports, those 2 days, people who are not eligible for citizenship, I have activities planned for you for those 2 days. So you'll still have something to do. So yeah. Africa ain't giving us no tangibles. They ain't giving us no tangibles, Dinus. That don't count, Dinus, because That just don't count. Okay, all right. Okay, whatever. Okay. All right, whatever. So yeah, so that's what's going on, everybody. That is what is going on. So again, if shout out to my brother, I got two love stories that I want to share in regards to Sierra Leone. I got two love stories. So we'll start off with my brother right here. He came on the last tour that we did to Sierra Leone in April. Then got him a fiance. So my brother is getting married soon. WM West Africa 1980. He is getting he's getting married soon. So shout out to him. And then I had another sister on the first tour I did. Again, on the first tour I did, first tour that I did, I got a sister. She's engaged to Sierra Leone. So shout out to the finding love in Sierra Leone. Shout out to y'all for finding love in Sierra Leone. So I got a sister who's getting married. I got two people engaged. So shout out to them. Yeah, here we go. WM got his tangibles. Right. He got his tangibles. He's getting married. So he got his tangibles. Yeah, getting booed up in Sierra Leone. That's what I'm talking about. So listen, if you want to come, well, I can't promise that you will get booed up if you come to Sierra Leone. I cannot promise that, but hey, you know, you might find some love, but I can't guarantee that. So Alexis, I just want to explore what I touched down. Listen, we're gonna have a good time. So once again, even if you're not eligible for citizenship, you are still more than welcome. And listen, I think Marie got her a boo in Sierra Leone too. Listen, I think Marie got her a boo in Sierra Leone. So shout out to Marie as well. Not through me. Well, and to be honest, WM and other sisters, they didn't technically get their, they didn't find their fiancés through me. They just were on the tour with me when they met their fiancés. So yeah, Marie, don't be shy, Marie. You got you a boo in Sierra Leone. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Yeah, don't be shy at all. Don't be shy at all. So we getting tangibles because the Africans ain't giving us no tangibles, Dynasty. Man, they ain't giving us no tangibles. Shoot, they ain't giving us no tangibles in Africa. They ain't giving them Africans ain't giving us no tangibles. So we gonna fight back in America. We ain't running because them Africans ain't giving us no tangibles. So yeah, so shout out to them and their and they're tangible. So once again, November 20th through December 3rd. November 20th through December 3rd this year. We are rolling to Sierra Leone. If you want to roll, come and join us. Listen, Dinas, do you know of any other African countries that accept the African ancestral results, specifically Congo, where most of my DNA goes back to? No. Sierra Leone is the only country as of right now that accepts DNA results. I know there's been some one-offs. So I know you have the situation with Samuel L. Jackson with Gabon. And I know two people who are trying to leverage their ancestral results to get citizenship in Gabon. I don't know how it's going. I think Guinea-Bissau was somewhat doing something, but I haven't really heard how that's playing out. I know one person has been able to get their citizenship through Guinea-Bissau via DNA, but the rest of the people, they're pretty much on the wait list, and there's been a huge backlog. So yeah, so from my understanding right now, it's Sierra Leone. Yeah, for right now, it's Sierra Leone. Yeah, Marie, don't be shy. Don't be shy. Let them know about your boo thing in Sierra Leone. Yeah, let them know about your boo thing in Sierra Leone, Marie. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Let's see here. That's it, y'all. Let's jump into the topic. So, hold on. I want to pull this up real quick. I want to pull this up real quick, guys. Give me a second. But guys, do me a favor. Hit the like button as you come to the chat room. And I want to pull this up, guys. There's a reason. There's a reason why Atlanta went with Rotimi, as far as for the Atlanta Falcons Rise Up song. And for the most part, Atlanta is trying to distance itself from trap music. We all know how drill music, how it's tearing up freaking Chicago. We see the damage that drill music is doing in New York. So, the Atlanta DA was like, nah, not here. Mm-mm. So she made it where, listen, if you talk about robbing and stealing and killing um in your music, sure, we're gonna use that to prosecute you. And of course, you got these rappers, well, it's art, it's not fair, it's a form of expression. You got all these clowns trying to defend it, but the DA here in Atlanta ain't playing. If you don't remember, in New York, when the mayor of New York, I can't think of his name right now. Somebody help me. What's the name? What's the mayor's name in New York? What's the mayor's name in New York? I forgot the mayor's name. Shout out to J Bones for the super chat. Tangibles. Africa, no tangibles. Yeah. So yeah, whatever. Guys, what's the Eric Adams? Right. So Eric Adams was gonna do something similar. And boy, those rappers showed up to Eric Adams' office begging him not to do it. Just crying, no, you can't do it. It's not right. It's not fair. Please don't incriminate these young boys and these artists with their lyrics. And he was like, nah. And Eric Adams pretty much gave in. Sister here in Atlanta, she not playing. So I really think what's going on, man, is that Atlanta is distancing itself from trap music. Trap music pretty much was birthed here in Atlanta. And so they use Rotimi. Oh, let me pull this up real quick.
Developing now, we're diving deeper into a major story out of Fulton County. 26 alleged gang members now facing 220 charges for a host of crimes. And it appears the web was untangled in part because of social media. 11 Alive's Hope 4 dug into that 94-page indictment to bring us the details.
Alleged gang members brought up on RICO charges by District Attorney Fonnie Willis. The suspects tied to a 6-year-old street gang called Drug Rich.
They use things like prescription bottles and money symbols, and this is in their jewelry and their tattoos, and we see that present here.
Those symbols include the letters RX and Monopoly symbols, and the DA's office used those symbols and the suspects' social media to tie each other together, saying it's proof they knew each other, conspired together, and promoted their enterprise online. Suspect Kenzel Walker, going by Clairvoyant on Facebook, holding money while wearing a Monopoly chain. Walker, one of the suspects accused of breaking into Mariah Carey's home. Alleged gang member Robert Gunter, posting a photo of him holding a gun, wearing an RX hat and chain. Gunter, accused of attempting to break into an Atlanta United player's home. It's this song posted on YouTube featuring suspect Taylon Barnes. The lyrics, sticking people up, how you think I got those kicks on my feet, and creeping in our back door, take your stuff, then I sell it to my big bros. A photo of Barnes on Instagram holding a gun and wearing jewelry with RX insignia. Barnes accused of attempted murder and burglary. This is just a snapshot of evidence pulled from social media accounts of the 26 suspects, but Willis believes it connects each suspect to each other and multiple crimes.
RICO is a tool that allows a prosecutor's office and law enforcement to tell the whole story. And so we use it as a tool so that they can have all the information they need to make a wise decision.
The DA's office used similar evidence against Young Thug, Gunna, and members of the alleged YSL gang and the May indictment of the rappers and 25 others. Legal experts' opinions differed on whether rap lyrics can be or cannot be used as strong proof of crimes. There are a lot of moving parts to this story, and you can read more about
Details this morning in a gang indictment naming rappers Young Thug and Gunna. We've just learned Gunna, whose real name is Sergio Kitchens, was booked sometime in the last few hours on a RICO charge. He could have a first appearance before a judge this morning. So this comes less than 24 hours after Young Thug appeared in court on these charges for the first time. More than 25 people are listed on the same indictment as Young Thug. And in it, prosecutors used the rapper's own lyrics as evidence. Ariana Manise in studio with us this morning to walk us through the very latest on this one. The layers just keep on getting peeled back on this one, Ariana.
That's correct, Aisha. Many of the charges related to the indictment points to Young Thug's rap lyrics as well as social media posts as evidence. Now, Young Thug's songs and music videos were listed in great detail by Fulton County authorities. Lyrics such as, I never killed anybody, but I got something to do with that body. The indictment also tied the rapper to the murder of Donovan Thomas. That's the leader of a rival gang, pointing to lyrics which state, I killed his man in front of his mama. One of the people charged with his death was a member of Thug's YSL label. Now, using lyrics and social media posts could present a challenge for officials, and that's according to 11 Alive's legal expert. But District Attorney Bonnie Willis says her office can indeed use the music as evidence. Take a listen.
I believe in the First Amendment. It's one of our most precious rights. However, the First Amendment does not protect people from prosecutors using it as evidence if it is such.
Meanwhile, Young Thug's attorney maintains that his rap label is not a street gang. The rapper's attorneys, they have also filed a motion requesting an expeditious hearing for a judge to consider giving the rapper bond. Back to you.
All right, Ariana, thank you. Both Gunna and Young Thug are known for giving back to their communities here around Atlanta. For some perspective on this, our Sheba Russell sat down with author and trap music expert A.R. Shaw to talk about the impact of this indictment.
And he's a nice kid. Like I've talked to him, I spoke with him. Comes from a good family, and he's always giving back to the community. You mentioned his efforts to give back to McNair Middle School and the grocery store, where students have healthier options. Mm-hmm. They have options to get clothes and shoes and snacks. And so he's been very helpful for the community. So it means a lot when someone of that stature who gives back is put under this microscope.
Yeah, so think about that. A really conflicting time for the communities these rappers have helped. You can watch our full conversation on the impact of this indictment right now on 11alive.com.
Welcome back, everyone. Here to live now from 5.
Yeah, so that's what's going on, guys. Like the image of Atlanta, you got to think about it. Atlanta, the Black Mecca. So-called the Black Mecca. We have the busiest airport in the world. I mean, we're the gateway to the South. And like they had enough, man. If you guys understood the amount of crime that's going on in Atlanta, I mean, you guys saw right there on the news. I know somebody broke into Tyrese's house. Somebody broke into Mariah Carey's house. I mean, so you have these thugs who are breaking into these high-profile celebrities, breaking into their homes. Some were held at gunpoint, how commit acts of house evasion, armed robbery. They're not having it. And listen, I support the system. Should clean these streets up. Clean these streets up. So you have Arthur Blank, who is the owner of the Atlanta Falcons, who pretty much said, look, we're going to go in a different direction. Because remember a few years back, I forgot the name of the rapper, guys. That guys, help me out. Was it Young Dro? One of the Young Dro, I think it was. They had the little anthem here in Atlanta. The car ain't got no roof. Car ain't got no roof. They drove in the city. Then they had the remix for the Falcons. I forgot. It was the car ain't got no roof. He didn't say roof. Roof. Car ain't got no roof. Drove in the city. All my players with me, but they had the Falcons version. That was your shit. Car ain't got no roof. Yeah, it was Young Dro. Car ain't got no roof. Hey, Dro with the city. But they had the Falcons version. So, they had the Falcons version. I live here in Atlanta. I like that song too. That was my song too. Fritchie said, Americans are different. Okay, hold on. Stop the show. Did you really ask this? How's he any different? How's he any better playing an FBA drug dealer on TV? Stop the show. Okay, so T.I. went on a rant about Rotimi, singing this song, right? The Rise Up song. T.I. is a convicted felon. He doesn't play a felon. He is a convicted felon. Same with Young Jeezy. Future has a record. Okay, right now, if you were to take Rotimi, he does a concert here in Atlanta, and if you were to take freaking Ludacris, Rotimi might sell out or sell more tickets here in Atlanta than Ludacris. It's just sometimes I don't understand. Like put it like this, the person who did the most complaining about this situation is a convicted felon. And I'm telling you, Atlanta's trying to go into a different direction. Atlanta is trying to go into a different direction. I'm telling you, they see what's going on in Chicago. They see what's going on in New York. And they're like, listen, we want to disassociate with deadly clown music. There we go. We want to disassociate with deadly clown music. Yeah, I said it. Rotimi will sell more tickets to a concert. People will buy more tickets to see Rotimi than they would Ludacris right now. I said it here in Atlanta. Yeah, I said it. Now, he won't outsell Outkast or Andre 3000 or Big Boy. No, I think he would. Yeah, but Big Boy and Andre 3000, they're not doing a Falcon song. They're not doing a Falcon song. Outkast, they're not doing a Falcon song. Rotimi's outselling Ludacris. Hold on, what's the last Ludacris concert? Okay, here we go. So Ludacris is performing September 23rd or September 24th, Mystic Lake Casino Hotel, Prior Lake, Minnesota. Hold on. Let's look at prior. Let's look at the venue. See tickets. Accept and continue. I wonder how much. I wonder how many. I wonder how many seats does the venue hold. Let's see here. Mystic Lake Casino Hotel. How many people does the venue hold? I don't know, but I think Rotimi. I think Rotimi will compete with Ludacris when it comes to tickets. Here we go. Rotimi was a safe bet. T.I. and Jeezy, on the other hand, are eligible for RICO cases. Like I said, guys, once again, Rotimi was a safe bet. So y'all don't be mad. Don't be mad. But listen, if you disagree, link is in the chat room. You are more than welcome to call in. Okay, we're okay. So JP Jackson, we're in 2023. Okay, we're in 2023 now. Rotimi, 2023 Rotimi, would he compete with 2004 or 2005, 2003 Ludacris? Not a chance in hell. But we're in 2023. I think he will. So yeah. So listen, links in the chat room. Again, link is in the chat. How about Rick Ross? Rick Ross ain't from Atlanta. Or Rotimi ain't from Atlanta. But again, Rick Ross. That's a good one. Rick Ross. Yeah, like I said, being a gang-banging rapper or ex-gang-banging rapper, or a rapper who was in the trap and rapped about, being in the trap, it's not good business anymore unless you're Jay-Z. Unless you're Jay-Z. Well, no. So here we go. It couldn't be Rick Ross because Rick Ross is going through that lawsuit with Wingstop. Yeah, so Rick Ross is going through the lawsuit with Wingstop. No, he's from Florida, but he's here in Atlanta. But again, Rick Ross is going through the lawsuit with Wingstop, so I don't know. Like I said, Rotimi was a safe bet, and I think Rotimi has property here in Atlanta, from my understanding. So, yeah, Rotimi's newer. He's more viable. Probably fit Arthur Blank's budget. So why not? Diners, you know everything, I swear. I mean, I try to keep my ear to the streets. Yeah, Outkast Luda is too big for that. Yeah, Luda might be too big for it, but I think Rotimi in 2022, Rotimi could compete with 2022 Luda. Outkast, they're gods. They're gods. Outkast is gods. Nah, but Sim Police, Luda went to Tri-Cities. Luda went to Tri-Cities. But guys, listen, links in the chat room if you want to call in, click on the link. Again, links in the chat room if you want to call in. Click on the link. Hold on. I don't think that's the link. Hold on one second. But Ludo went to Tri-Cities. Guys, do me a favor. If you have not hit the like button, please hit the like button. Again, if you have not hit the like button, please hit the like button. But guys, this is at the end of the day. All right. A white man named Arthur Blank cut the check and made the decision on who he wanted to perform the Rise Up anthem or song or the Falcons anthem, whatever you want to call it. So don't be mad at Rotimi. Don't be mad at Rotimi. Won't you be mad at Arthur Blank? He who cuts the check sets the rules, makes the rules. So that's who he decided who he wanted to perform. So, hey, leave that man alone. He got his money and he's off to the next thing. The AT aliens, y'all the ones who are tripping, okay? It's business. So once again, guys, links in the chat room. If you want to call in, click on the link. You know, listen, people who are in the chat room that disagree, hey, you're more than welcome to call in. You're more than welcome to call in. You are more than welcome to call in. If you want to call in, go ahead and call. Go ahead and call in. If you want to call in. So again, links in the chat room. If you want to call in, click on the link. If not, we'll close out. But again, I know there's also some FBA. Yeah, but Afrobeats is taking over for the time being. I mean, Afrobeats is taking over. It's what it is. It's what it is. I mean, people are tired of the deadly clown. I shot this N-word. I killed that N-word. I smoked that N-word. I murked that N-word. You know, I sold dope to my mama. You know, I sold dope to his mama. You know, I sold dope to my grandma. You know, I was in the kitchen cooking dope and I sold hella dope in the kitchen. You know, shoot, I was in my neighborhood serving all that crack rock. You know, people were like, listen, who got the rock? I said, I got the crack rock. And I was selling crack rock to everybody in my community because I have nothing else to do because the white man and white supremacy, you know, wouldn't give me a job. So I said, you know what, since white supremacy won't give me a job, I'm going to cook crack in my kitchen and I'm going to sell it because the white man is holding me back. So the only thing I could do, because the white man is holding me back, is to sell dope. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Sit, police, go ahead.
Hey, first thing first, man, appreciate you doing what you're doing. Heard you talking about your tours and everything, explaining to the people what's going on, you know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all support our people, you know what I'm saying, without questions. If you want to go. You get to do your research. You know, if you travel to all these other places, you get hyped up going to Miami, you get hyped up going to all these different Caribbean and foreign places where a bunch of white people. But you know, now I do understand, because I know y'all black people don't really like black people, but for the ones that want to go, make sure y'all support our people. You know what I'm saying? You got a person that you can talk to every day You can call, you can call him, you can get on the email, and he will talk to you personally, same way he did to me. You know what I'm saying? Just for the record, I talk the same way off the internet than I do on the internet. Is that right, Dynast? I talk the same way, right?
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
That's thank you, thank you. Now let's get to the bottom of it, man, with this thing. You know, we was talking the other day when we had muscle shirt, fruity Brazilian sugar boy on the show. You get what I'm saying? And when he started talking about what didn't matter, the first thing I asked you was that, so if me and you in a car and we turn on the radio and we listen to I Killed Your Mama, I shot up the block, I killed the dog, and then I took my girl out, and then we gave all the same money that I robbed you and killed you for, I gave that to white people to go to their restaurant, and I gave that to white people to stay in their high rises. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of stuff that we promote to each other. So now, when we get to the top of the T.I. crying an ass, the way they couldn't use him, because I don't think you remember that that chick just came out and blamed him and his wife for drugging her and assaulting her. I don't think you remember that, do you? This happened a few months ago. So they definitely weren't gonna let him come on for that. The only thing they used T.I. for, what the last person that used T.I. was Keisha Lance Big Bottoms. You get what I'm saying? When she was trying to tell black people they need to go stay in the house or whatever. She brought her and Killer Mike up there, and T.I. showed up with half of his hair braided. I don't even know if you remember the interview. Half of his hair was braided.
I'm gonna try to pull it up. I'm gonna try to pull it up, but go ahead.
And then his eyes was red. He had no shave. He had like 34 parking lots through the only person got up there talking some sense was Killer Mike. You get what I'm saying? Because unlike T.I., even though a lot of black people know who Killer Mike is, most white people support T.I. Just like a lot of people know who Ludacris is, more white people support Ludacris. If you go to it, that's why he in Minnesota, North Dakota, Idaho, they love Ludacris because he started all those Fast and the Furious music, Fast and the Furious movies. They don't know Ludacris chicken, waffles, and beer. They don't know that Ludacris. You know what I'm saying? They know
Hold on. This is a shameless plug. Listen, y'all. If you are flying into or flying out of Hartsfield-Jackson Airport, Ludacris has literally a restaurant there called Chicken and Beer. Y'all, when I say that chicken is so good, and them waffles, almost as good as Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. Almost. If somebody were to come out here and say, Dynast, Ludacris's Chicken and Waffles tastes better than Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, I wouldn't argue with him. I might give him a side eye, but I wouldn't argue with him. Like, I'll understand. So listen, if you're in a Hartsfield-Jackson, I think it's Terminal E or Terminal D. I think it's called Chicken and Beer. Ludacris's Chicken and Beer.
Chicken and Beer.
Off the chain. But go ahead.
And see, you know what? It is better because sometimes you go to Roscoe's when I'm out there in LA. Sometimes that chicken be a little dry. You know what I'm saying? That, I got a leg and a breast one time at Roscoe's, and that breast was dry as fuck. You get what I'm saying? But
you're supposed to when you go to Roscoe's, you got to get it smothered with the gravy. You can't just eat the chicken by itself.
That's See, you got
that's where you messed up at. That's where
listen to the diabetes and cholesterol. You got smothered chicken and goddamn liquid diabetes syrup on the waffles. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Bro, I'm already.
That's how you're supposed to do it. That's how you're supposed to do it.
Yeah. That's just like black people eating them slave plates every Sunday. You get what I'm saying? Listen, man, I'm 6'3", 282 to 85 pounds. My weight fluctuates like Oprah sometimes, man. I can't be sopping up my waffles with syrup with gravy. You get what I'm saying? I just can't do that. My metabolism don't slow down, shawty. You know what I'm saying? I'm 80% vegan. But when y'all come down to it, just like Dynast say, that the people, they are tired of it. Like when Luke Skywalker, Tula Crew was talking about born in the USA, the First Amendment rights with NWA, that was different because neither one of them was doing anything. If y'all ever went to a back in the day, a Luke Skywalker party, they didn't have no wild parties like that. The only thing was wild about Luke Skywalker was to actually video, and that was it. He didn't have no after parties, no wild sex, or they just did a lot of talking. And y'all all know NWA went about that life. You know what I'm saying? Now one of them, I don't think nobody in NWA Dynasty have ever been arrested. If you think about it, you get what I'm saying? Like now one of them. So when we go down to, I ain't talking about before whatever happened. I'm talking about after they became famous. For as Dr. Dre, Eazy-E, MC Ren, DJ Yella. Now one of them have ever been arrested in their life. You get what I'm saying? So just like Luke Skywalker in the 2 Live Crew, not one of them guys have ever been arrested after they became famous. You get what I'm saying? So the problem is with our generation, with our young people, that I just can't talk to you about how I ride 4-wheelers up and down the streets of Atlanta. I got to show you how I'm 4-wheeler shorty with a 40 Glock and the extendo clip that comes up touching my bottom, my right
listen,
nipple.
You can't get the regular clip. You got to have the extendo.
It must goes from my waistband to my left nipple. It has to come up that far, and it have to keep falling out. I have to keep pulling up my pants. I got to stand wide leg. You get what I'm saying? So my pants won't fall down. You know what I'm saying? And I got to wear the Pooh Shiesty skull cap on. You get what I'm saying?
Who's Pooh Shiesty? I keep hearing his name. Who's Pooh
Shiesty? Is the dude from Memphis. That was same type of drill Memphis music that Gucci Man picked up. And then think about it, he's another dumb nigga, because soon as Gucci Man signed him and he got famous, him and his homeboy still want to rob somebody. That's how he ended up getting federal prison time. They got it all. That was right somewhere. They got it all on camera HD. You get what I'm saying? He didn't even take it to court. So he was just a local. He was on the rise, but he could not leave that street life alone. You get what I'm saying? Now, y'all say, well, why are we talking about rappers? I'll tell you another person that couldn't leave that street shit alone. Michael Vick. Michael Vick is one of the dumbest niggas I ever met in my life. You get what I'm saying? I wish I never met him. That was the dumbest thing you can do, is to just sign $100 million contract, and you want to go. You want a house, you got a house in your family name, and that's where y'all killing dogs, electrocuting dogs, and choking dogs. See, one thing y'all don't understand about federal paperwork: before you plead guilty
but you know what's crazy in all these cases? You brought up the Michael Vick case. It was like his homeboys that snitched on him.
But hold on, let me tell you why they snitched on him, Dinus. Because he wasn't smart enough. When Arthur Blankson found out, Michael Vick just tried to, for whatever reason, I don't know, that Superman shit must have went to his head, super nigga, whatever he thought that he could just disassociate himself from all of them. Daddy, let me tell you something, man. You can tell Michael Vick ain't no real street dude, because if you're the one that got $100 million, the first thing I'm gonna tell you to do, hey man, look, you need the boss don't never need to get caught up. I'll do the time, but one thing you got to do, you need to put $100,000 on me, a good lawyer, and for every year that I sit in here, I want 50 to 75,000. If he would have did that, Michael Vick didn't get them boys no lawyers, whatever. Dinus, you can retain Dinus, if you got locked up right now, I can retain a lawyer for you, and you wouldn't even know I did it. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
He could have did that. He tried to disassociate himself, and guess what them boys had? They had video proof of him at the place strangling and electrocuted. I'm talking about with his hands, and you know he left-handed, right? So with his left hand choking dogs, and on top of that, they had then when they went and dug up the ground, they found over 120 some dogs, dead dogs there. He had He had to plead guilty to all that. If y'all pull up Michael Vick case file, it ain't no shit about what white people tried to get him to. He had to, for him to take that 1 or 2 year deal, he had to write out an affidavit of his participation in it. So it ain't no like I plead guilty just because. He had to admit every single detail. He had to admit how he funded and everything. What I'm saying is, Dinah, sometimes black people, when we get money, we don't put, we put a whole nother type of group of people around us. It's almost like we don't want nobody to correct us. You get what I'm saying? It's like, I'm the one rich. Dinah, you the one rich. So since I make less money than you, then I don't know what I'm talking about no more. I don't make sense because you got more money. And that's what white people do all the time. So they have no problem throwing black boys money because they know once they get the money, the first thing they're going to do is give it all back, or they're going to make bad financial decisions. And then at the point that the IRS going to come and take all of it back. And now they're going to be doing shows at goddamn JJ Rib Shack, you know what I'm saying, out there in the parking lot, getting crunk. You know what I'm saying? Barely making it. But this is what we got going on. But I want to say this though. For all y'all, let me give y'all the rundown. Ludacris is not from Atlanta. Not one member from TLC is from Atlanta. Usher is not from Atlanta. Gucci Man Mumble Mouth Ass is not from Atlanta. And the one that y'all probably don't know is Big Boy from Outkast is not from Atlanta. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of these people have come here and make a way, but T.I. just has so much going on. He's a 3-time felon, and on top of that, he's a federal felon because he went to federal prison. He don't have gun charges, dope charges, and he got an accusation for sexual assault. You get what I'm saying? Nobody wants to deal with that no more. And Ludacris, nobody fucks with Ludacris. The streets in Atlanta never fuck with Ludacris. I'll change that. When he was on Hot 107.9, when he used to be Chris Lover, because they had a show. I don't think you were staying here, Dinah. I don't think you were here in Atlanta then. But Ludacris had a nighttime show. It was called the 9 o'clock Cutter.
That was before. That's right before I came.
Okay, so let me tell you, he had a show with him and this dude his name was Chris Lover, and the other dude, now he was from Atlanta. His name was Poon Daddy. Like Poons, the Poon, Poo Poon. His name was Poon Daddy. It was called the 9 o'clock Cut Up. So that's when the streets knew him. But once he became Ludacris, his music was kind of comedy. It was almost like Will Smith sort of kind. He was just cracking jokes and, you know, it's party. Ludacris was never considered street. You get what I'm saying? So for people to think that Ludacris would be the person, no, they're trying to go mainstream because a lot of people in a lot of businesses has stopped coming to Atlanta. They don't even put the hold on those condos over there by the Dome because a lot of the people that was supposed to come down with Microsoft, they're not coming down now. You know what I'm saying? They don't put that off for 6 months because the violence is so bad in that area. They're waiting until they completely clean up that area before those people can. So Dinah, don't people, all those $500,000 condos, it's about 100 people that have frozen or canceled that escrow. You get what I'm saying? Because of the violence in Atlanta. And the number one reason for the violence is the rap music. And the guys in the street that are imitating what's being said. But I passed the mic.
Prince Sheik, go ahead, unmute yourself.
Hey, greetings, Prince.
Peace.
What's up, brother? Simp Police.
Yes, sir.
I wanted to ask you something, Dynasty. What, like you've been back and forth to Nigeria many times. You're a citizen of Nigeria, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct, I am. Yes, sir.
Okay. I just wanted to ask you, man. Like, what it seems to be some kind of thing between African Americans and Nigerians, like some type of underlying competition thing or some kind of tension. Do you think that's true?
No.
Yeah, it is. It's true. It's definitely true.
Because like,
it's true. Hold on, let me tell you why. Because you asked why.
Go ahead.
The one thing about it is Nigerians are arrogant. African Americans, Black Americans, we're arrogant too. The difference is that Nigerians are arrogant and they are hustlers and they are go-getters. And Nigerians work with each other. Nigerians practice nepotism. You get what I'm saying? So when they come over, even though they are few in numbers, they are making strides that Black people been in the map. You remember, Daddies, we built this. We shed blood on Selma. We shed blood. Black people been here for over 400 years and have not per capita or how many Nigerians come over here. They haven't reached that level of success. Most of the Black doctors in the United States are either from Nigeria, and I forgot. I think it's Nigeria. I think it is Nigeria. So when you have this type of people that come over here and they rise up the way they rise up, Black people are jealous, and on top of that, they don't really fool with Black people. But let me tell you something, Mr. Prince. If Nigerians came over here and act just as dumb as your average hood booger, these uppity twerk monkeys from Southeast DC, these wig-wearing wild hyena hood rat, if African women came over here with shaking their ass, yelling period, snatching words out the air with their claws, show them how they snatch them words out the air, Diners. Show them how they snatch them words out the air. If the women from Nigeria came over here snatching fufu out the air and snatching goat pepper soup, then Black Americans wouldn't get mad. That's where the beef come in at. So Nigerians looking at Black Americans like, boy, y'all got all these opportunities, y'all ain't doing shit. And Black Americans sitting there like, man, Black Americans looking at them like they get some type of special type of program or something. It's no special program, bro. Black Americans are just lazy. Now, one thing that Brandon was on the show the other day after he started talking some other shit, but he was right about that. All the social programs and safety nets, you know what I'm saying, make Black people lazy to the point that you even had a female was on the show the other day talking about we need a safety net. We need always something other. We got to get out there and take that change. You know, white people, man, they'll sit up there and invest they mama money, they grandmama money, they auntie money, they kids money in a business. Black people, we're not like that. You get what I'm saying? We might invest $20 or $100. We might have to have $100,000 just to invest $10,000. We don't roll the dice like that. So that's why we just get these certain type of business, barbershop, beauty salons, some goddamn a club. You get what I'm saying? Some simple shit that just me and my kids can run, because it's hard to work. It's hard to find another Black person that will work with you to make your business grow without some type of animosity. Do you agree with that, my brother, or not?
Yeah, you kind of right on that.
And that's the problem. It's a jealousy thing.
Yeah, but one thing I think we need to start doing, just us as Black people as a whole, we gotta realize that we're all one people. I mean, we let these labels that really the Europeans foisted on us, you know, saying, well, oh, you're Nigerians, you're Cubans, you're this, you're that. We let that separate us and divide us. And we got to start seeing Nigerian success when they have success, or when they, you know, display excellence. We have to start seeing that as our success, you know?
I get you, but the thing about it is, you know what, dog? That's like wishful thinking. That's just like saying, you know, white we all share the same blood, and white people should look at us as equal. No, it's always America. Not just America. The world is built on predator and prey. You get what I'm saying? The stronger predator is always gonna hunt. It's just the way that it is. Don't get me wrong. We got predators in the Black community. But the problem is, my brother, now I want you to listen to this real well, Mr. Prince. The problem is that we prey on each other. We don't act like a predator when it comes to conducting business or competing or innovating. We sit around and hunt each other. You get what I'm saying? Like let's go with you for a second. You got a bunch of homeboys. You know, most all your friends are black, right?
Yeah.
Wait, when you hear when your brothers talking, your friends talking, when they talking about they want to get in somebody's ass, knock somebody out, slap a motherfucker, wish a motherfucker would, who are they mostly talking about? Black people or white people?
Yeah, usually it's other black people. Yeah.
So by that logic, we'll just use the logic now. If I know 100 to 200 black people and they talk the same way, you might know 100 to 200 black people that talk the same way, and Diners know 100 or 200 that talk the same way. Then that means that the majority of us, I see people in the chat always saying not all, not all. But when you ask a black person a specific question, it's always the majority of us are plotting against each other. We do more plotting. This is the last question, and I'm gonna shut up. Which one we do more, plot against each other or help each other?
Well, as of right now, it seems plot against each other. You know,
Hey, man, listen, this is the thing. We'll never get nowhere unless we say the cutthroat truth. Don't put no asterisk in front. Don't put no well. Don't put no sorry to say. It just is what it is. And we got to be honest with each other, because if we don't, we always leave that little leeway. That's how them Pookies and Ray Rays float around in these little circles, because we give them that little leeway. Long as they ain't in our way, Prince. Long as they ain't on our front door, Prince, we okay with it. Oh, they at this mall over here acting a fool. I'll just go to the other mall. That's how we are. We know these niggas ain't shit, but we don't even want to be around them. So we'll go 30 or 40 miles out of Prince. We'll talk about gas being high as fuck. But to get away from niggas, but we'll drive 40 or 50 miles to have a good time.
Yeah.
All right, let me pass it to Miriam. Miriam, go ahead.
Niggas, but we'll drive 40 or 50 miles to have a good time.
Miriam, you got to turn off the playback, Miriam. You got to turn off the playback.
Hey, but that was true. Whoever said that was true.
Go ahead, Miriam. Go ahead.
Okay, I just have a quick question, and then I'll listen for the answer off the air. The question is, they say that Africa now is like the youngest continent. So I just want to know, is anyone concerned that means like all those other countries are still desperate for resources, but now they're old and seasoned? So is that a concern? And number one, and number two, I remember there was this movie called The Purge, where they wanted to make that one night of, I don't know, violence. And so they made it, but everyone, like mostly the black folks, they were just partying and having a good time. And so the government did something to make it go bad. So I was wondering, could that happen to Afrobeats? Like right now it's beautiful. And I used to also like the 90s and 80s music of America. And then it, I don't know, just went bad. So that's my question.
Go ahead, Sid Police.
I'll take this one. This is easy. The purge is already happening, because the simple reason that the United States government, then the federal society, they're not banking on black people no more. So what they're doing is they're letting black people kill each other, rob each other. They're letting the old neighborhoods go down. So the purge is already happening. So what it is that when you have police officers, they don't show up, and if they do show up, they just giving out speeding tickets or something like that. When they're only showing up to clean up, you get what I'm saying? Clean up the body and wait for black people. They put out a $500 up to $1,000 reward to lock somebody up. They're not patrolling. They're not protecting. See, when you go out to the white
police, one second, guys. People who come into the chat room and make the same suggestions over and over. Diners, talk about this. Diners, talk about this. Diners, talk about this. How about you click on the link and call in? All right, go ahead, Sim Police.
You know what? When you go to white people areas, they patrol they patrol and they protect, they serve and protect out there. Change that. They serve and protect white people neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? White people come out there, even in my neighborhood, man, white people come, police officers come through there. Man, you got kids out there selling lemonade, giving the officer water or water bottles. You get what I'm saying? So they feel the need to be like, an officer might ride through. Even me, you know what I'm saying? I'm ghetto as hell. You know, a police officer ride by and he rolled down the window. He'd be like, hey man, I'm just making sure everything is okay. He don't ask me no question. He don't ask me what my name, is this the house that I live in? Let me see your ID. He don't ask me anything because the neighborhood actually looks out for the police officer. But when you come to a neighborhood where everybody's screaming, fuck the police, pigs, y'all some pigs, and you're a snitch, and we'll kill them all, and all this. The funny part is, Dynast, the funny part is black people are the quickest people to call the police. Black people love calling the police on each other. Black people love threatening each other with the police. You get what I'm saying? This is the first thing they do. You got women that will sit up here and intentionally fight you and argue with you. You know what I'm saying, Mr. Prince Sheik, and for you to say something or do something so they can call the police. You got black men will do the same thing to women. We call the police out of spite. And then we get mad when the police don't treat us with respect after we don't call them. We don't police our own neighborhoods. And my neighborhoods, they got a group. Now I would never sign up for this fuck shit, but they got a neighborhood watch out here. They got three or four people that are designated every weekend. You know what I'm saying? After I think it's between 8 and 10 o'clock, where they walk. You get what I'm saying? Where they just walk. I mean, like, people, I have weird white people that will come bring packages to my door. I got your package or whatever. I be telling them to leave that shit at the door because I keep that yapper on me at all times. You get what I'm saying? I still don't trust them, but I still know it's a difference. You know what I'm saying? I can walk up the street. So the purge is already happening. They just letting us kill each other. You get what I'm saying? Just like a lot of people say, how the drugs get in the neighborhood, how the guns get in the neighborhood. Okay, they drop them in the neighborhood, Mr. Prince Sheik. But what does that make? Just because they drop the gun in front of you, go out in your front yard and you find an AK-47. Does that mean you got to go kick in my door and kill me, Mr. Prince Sheik?
Nah.
Am I do I oppress you, Mr. Prince Sheik?
Nah.
Who do black people claim that oppress them?
Usually it's white
supremacy, right?
Yeah. Usually.
So why when these guns get dropped up in the neighborhood, why they don't go after the people that they claim that's oppressing them?
Maybe because they know what the outcome is going to be.
Hold on for a second. Hold on.
Simply, from what I've been told, is because it's proximity. Proximity.
Hold on. They don't play that proximity shit when they want to go to the mall, Dynast. They don't play that shit when they want to go to Lenox Mall or Mall of Georgia, or they want to go to Buckhead. These niggas will steal a car to go to the club. So let me ask you this, Mr. Prince Sheik. Do you think that what type of time, how much more time you would get for killing a white person than a black person?
Yeah, you'll definitely get more time, you know.
I mean, what's more time? Hold on. You get a life sentence for killing a black person, right? Right?
I mean, yeah, in some cases, I would
yeah,
guess.
some cases. But what I'm saying is, if you get a life sentence for killing a black person, how much time would you get for killing a white person?
Probably more, you know.
What's more than a life sentence?
With death penalty. I mean, that's
the ultimate. You have to really do some off the wall shit. You know what I'm saying? To get a death penalty charge. You get what I'm saying? Like you got black people. You got black people killing each other all the time. You got white people. Do you know that certain states don't even have the death penalty, Mr. Prince Sheik? You know a lot of them don't.
Oh yeah. No doubt.
So in those states and cities, then you kill 2 black people and 2 white people. What's you going to prison for the rest of your life the same way? It ain't like they say you kill a black person and you don't get no time. I know you don't watch First 48, bro. I guarantee you don't. Right?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
So you see when they killing black people, when they do the sentences at the end where they get life sentence, mandatory, these niggas pleading guilty to 30, 40, 50 years. So what I'm saying is nothing extra happens to you if you go get the people that oppress you. So why would you take those same guns and drugs that you claim the white people drop in your neighborhood, you take that and sell it to each other, and then you rob and steal from each other, and we ain't got shit. But the people that got the money, that are rich, you don't even breathe on a picture. You won't even breathe on a picture of a white person. Do you get what I'm saying? Because one thing about black people tell on each other quick. You like this is the last point. We'll bring it back to First 48. How quick do them after detectives go tell the family? How long they sit in the? Go ahead, Dinah.
5 minutes.
From sitting at that goddamn judge, the white people sit up now.
Simply they start rocking back and forth and head down and nah shawty. I'm telling you, I ain't see it, shawty, nah shawty. Then that detective look him in the eye, start looking at him, standing over him. And they be like, nah, shawty, I just shawty. Okay, shawty, he did it, shawty. He was right there with me, shawty. He had the murder, shawty. He was right there, shawty. I watched him do it, shawty.
Yeah, don't let them bring their mama in there. Oh, it's really over then. If they bring the mother in.
Bring the mama, Prince Cheek. Don't let them kill one of them niggas a Newport shot in the box. Don't let them give them some KFC. But this nigga finna tell on everybody. But he finna tell about some shit that he did in kindergarten. And you know what they do? All that white police officer, he ain't even got up on his fat ass. He ain't even finished his coffee yet by the time you snitching. His coffee is still hot and bubbling, and niggas are snitching on each other. So not only do we rob and kill each other, not only do we plot against each other, not only do these wig we wearing wild hyena hood rats out here being a terrorist, being a baby mama terrorist to each other and killing people about hair, Prince Sheik. These women out here are killing each other about strangers' hair from other countries. Hold on for a second, because I don't think y'all heard me. Black women are killing each other for strangers' hair from other countries. Black women are fighting each other for strangers' hair from other countries. Black men are robbing and killing each other to go give their money to a white renter or a white business owner. That's what we do. So you know, like that old saying that we rob Peter to pay Paul. No, black people rob black people to pay white people. That's how stupid we are. I mean, goddamn, you got niggas are going paying the money, still got blood on the money. Oh shit, I didn't know I had blood on it, Mr. White Man. You know, let me give you another 20 that I robbed from Tyrone. This is what we do. This is how dumb we are as a people, that we rob each other, but we pay the white people everything they want. With a tip. You got black people that go up in restaurants, Mr. Prince Sheik, will take pictures of the receipt. They will take pictures of how much they left a tip. But when it comes to me and you, Mr. Prince Sheik, it's I wish a nigga would. Nigga better not say nothing to me I don't like today. The first nigga get out of line, I'm gonna do him. Where that nigga stay at? Where his mama stay at?
Hold on one second. Hey, Ania X, you click on the link in the chat room. So click on the link. Guys, if you want to call in, click on the link and you can call in. All right, go ahead.
Please click on the link. Please come up here and tell me how wonderful black people are. Because I'm gonna tell you, there are some wonderful black people out here. But the problem is, though, they get overlooked. Wonderful, nice, educated, home making black people are overlooked. We don't even pay. Matter of fact, Diners, we think that they are weak. We think that they are soft. The hood booger, the husky hyena, the chick that got 12 different color leggings, you get what I'm saying? And no business about herself. The chick that rocking 84-inch goddamn Lion King Mustafa jacket in her hair, she gets more attention than a conservative female that's rocking her natural hair. And let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something about these natural hair women. Them white boys snatch those up. Because those, one thing about those natural hair, well, not all of them now, so let me put it out there. But a lot of the, even women that used to wear weave, when they get with a white dude, but they take that weave out. Goddamn, Eve was the pit bull in the skirt, rapping Philly Disney. Ain't no corny shit coming out of Philly. She'll spit in the nigga face, but she got with that white boy, and she up there goddamn bowing down on her knee, serving tea and goddamn English muffins.
She actually said he was the only one that could tame her. She used those words.
Her.
Those are her words.
Bro, what is the only specimen that can be tamed? What's the only specimen?
I think Stevie J couldn't tame her, but Homeboy could tame her. So,
but what I'm saying, when you hear somebody talk about I tamed somebody, what are they usually talking about? An animal or a person?
An animal.
An animal, bro.
Hey, but please let me pass it to G Sun, and I'll pass it to Ania X. Ania, thank you, sister, for joining us. Thank you.
No
so much.
problem.
Go ahead, G Sun.
Go ahead, let her go first. I gotta do something real quick.
All right, go ahead, Ania.
Hi. I just want to. Can everybody hear me properly?
Perfect.
Okay, I appreciate that. I first and foremost want to get on and be respectful to everyone. I am a Black American, so my concern is this. I feel that a lot of times things that go on in our community, which we do have issues and we do have problems, I will be unfair and unrealistic to not see that. However, the bigger issue at hand is a lot of our things and a lot of the issues that occur within our community have been systematic. So we're going to point the finger, which I do feel in 2022. If you allow me to finish, there is so much history. There's so much out there for us, for people that have came before us, that have shown us and have done this thing called being a Black American for a very long time, that there's so much out there now where we should be able to see all the things that have went wrong, and be able to have a sense of pride within our ethnic group and work on our issues at hand. However, when you've had a group of people that have been enslaved, and then after slavery, there was, we could say Jim Crow. And in those times, there were a sense of Black pride and a sense of Black togetherness. And the history is out there. We were doing extremely well, even in those egregious times. We can go to Black Wall Street. I myself are from Michigan, and I know my history in Michigan. I know how Black bottom.
What part of Michigan you from?
I was born in Detroit. Obviously I was born in Detroit, but I'm from Michigan. I'm a native of Michigan, and I'm very proud of that history that we have. But if you know, I'm just speaking on my state, if you know the egregious history in Michigan, and you know the politics that go on in Michigan, and you're a breast person like I am, you would know that there were Black thriving areas that were decimated, called Black Bottom and Paradise Valley. That was a deliberate attack. They gave us projects instead of the wealth that we were building up. Now, when we moved to Michigan in the early 1900s, we had these thriving areas up until the 1950s. So at that point, even if they're not going to pay us reparations, had they had left us to be alone, where would that community be now? So we have to take these things into account, because I hear all this rhetoric about how Africans do so much better than us. And I pose this question: if that is the case, what are they doing now that we have not already done? No one could ever accurately answer that question, because you know why they can't? Those are talking points that are pushed out there for us to lower, have self-esteem in ourselves. I'm going to go back, and I see you looking like you want to talk Dynasty, but I'm going to go back. There are things.
Just talk. Just talk.
Take your time.
I want to be respectful though. So yeah, but
You're putting you're putting things in front of yourself. We're not saying anything. Just do your thing.
I just want to be respectful, sir. So
Okay, thank you,
I'm
but do your thing.
proceeding. I'm proceeding. So, with that being said, yes, there are things in our community collectively that we at this point have to take accountability for. I'm not denying that on all fronts. However, the case may be, to sit up here and act as if there hasn't been a system that has been against us, where there's history out there that shows that, to me, that's a coward kind of way out. And to act as if these immigrants are doing so much better than us when we're the very people who have helped them come here. And I'll give you a prime example of that. The 1965 Civil Rights Act also implemented in a new immigration act that had not been changed since 1924. So we have people like our leaders and Black Americans who did do the right thing, not only for us, but for humanity, and lost their lives on account of that. And that's just, we're looked at as some downtrodden people. No, we're the first to do everything. We're the first. We had to break all these racial barriers. We had to take the brunt of all of this hostility and all of these things that the United States had to offer for other people to be able to enjoy the labor, the wealth, the dollars that we spent. It's built off our ancestors' enslavement, by the way. So not only do we do all of that, we get no acknowledgement for anything good that we contribute. It's always the bad. And when people constantly hear that, the mentality within that itself, it doesn't give you hope and inspiration to want to move forward and want to do things differently. I'm in Detroit. I'm in Michigan.
Detroit is like a third world country.
But I'm going to tell you something, sir. This is where things get convoluted with Detroit, because there's a lot of things that go on there. Had not went back to school to further my education, I would not be as enlightened as I am. But it's a system. I'm telling you what I know. This is my state. I was born here. For example,
we believe you. We believe you. It's a system.
For example, they have, you know, if you could just go around and just in Michigan, I'm just talking about Michigan, for example, every liquor store, every gas station, anything, AutoZone, Metro PCS, or whatever, all of that is, you know, owned by people who are not descendants of American slavery. That is by design. They said, okay, if y'all gonna fight for immigration laws, we're going to let y'all be humanitarians and fight for immigration laws. That's another way to keep us out of wealth. If there were more Black Americans, and this is just my belief, that had the economic base, because I'm a criminal justice major, crime and economics go hand in hand. If you don't have the resources and you put people's backs against the wall, there are going to be issues. Our situation hadn't been rendered from the moment we were enslaved here. And I don't get off into the African American misnomer, because I think that's a con game as well. Yes, we do have African ancestry, but we're also amalgamated with the Black people who are already here. Rosa Parks is no African. So if we're going to start being real about conversations to fix our community, we have to start being real. Sitting up constantly spewing, and I'm just speaking online, all the stuff that I see spoke about Black Americans in general, that's so unfair to us and everything that we've been through. Because regardless of the fact, everyday people like me, we still have to go out here and fight this thing called white supremacy. I'm not blaming, you know, I do put the onus on our circumstance from the beginning, because that hasn't been rendered. But as an individual, it's my right to enlighten myself and my future offsprings to come. And if you don't have that type of education for yourself, because that's deliberately not put in as well, that's deliberately minimized as well, then what do you expect the people to do? Now, if you can leave your circumstances and come to a place where people have fought and done all of these things, you don't carry that trauma, because as Black Americans, let's be clear, collectively, we carry a certain trauma that we are not acknowledging. We are not acknowledging driving down the street and the police get behind you and all your stuff is together and you have a fear and a trauma of that. There is real trauma in our community that has not been addressed. A lot of this stuff is systematically and mentally put into our lexicon on an everyday. They don't want people to speak like me, a woman, a Black American woman that's very proud of who I am, by the way.
But they
And poor people,
can't stop you though. They can't stop you from speaking. So even if this is the thing with a lot of black people. Black people always say what they. Now I agree with you. Back in the days, they stopped some things. But what the time is though, we always talking about what happened in the 1960s. Most black people know what happened back then. Most black people know what happened during slavery. Most people, but the thing about it is when people try to put trauma on black people, because what I'm saying is I know the history of everything that happened from slavery. Where if you ever listen to me on this show, I call Africans, even though I talk all this shit about Black Americans, I call Africans the original fuck niggas, the original sellouts. You get what I'm saying? That's where it came from. You get what I'm saying? But that doesn't have anything. I don't carry no trauma. You know what I'm saying? I don't been locked up 19 times. But when I get pulled over by the police, I'm not scared. So what I'm saying is that everybody don't have. Now, if you have that trauma, that's fine. But all black people don't have PTSD or slave syndrome.
well, I would say,
Now, come on, like we let you talk for 5 minutes straight.
Go ahead.
Right, let me finish. What I'm saying is that it doesn't matter about what they say or do. You're on their land. You get what I'm saying? Well, regardless of who started it, regardless of who started it, they're in control now. It's just like that. It's just like the people that walk into these houses and be like, "Yeah, I used to live in this house. Yeah, I built that back deck right there. It wasn't there before. I built that deck, but you don't own the house now." So regardless of where we came from, this is where we're at now. These kids today are the most technology savvy, have so much information to their doorstep. They don't live under the oppression of white supremacy the way we did, or even for me when I grew up in the 70s and the 80s. You get what I'm saying? They have the opportunity to do that. It's just a lazy mentality. And then you have some other group, other nationality people. I'm not saying that Africans are better. The question that the brother asks is that why do they have beef? And I said it's a jealousy thing. You get what I'm saying?
It's one-sided.
Ma'am, come on, give us the same respect that we gave you. Please.
Go ahead, sir.
I mean, I know you got an X to your name, but that don't mean you got to be goddamn interrupting. I don't understand that. So what I'm saying is that what I'm saying is that you have a group of people. It would be the same way if I came from America and I went to Africa and I saw Dynas. They got all these free programs. If I keep a seat average, I can get free tuition. You get what I'm saying? They got the Pell Grant. They got all these different programs. And I'm like, boy, y'all stupid Africans over here, y'all sitting around here pissing in jerry can and shitting in buckets and walking around in flip-flops, you know what I'm saying, dancing and shaking your ass with no running water. I'm finna go to this school and get this education. So how do you think Africans feel when they come to America and they see all these programs? You got schools and people that show that you can Uber, and they got free rides for you to go in there and get free education, to go, not just to get a regular job being a plumber, not just getting a regular job being an electrician, where you can go be a doctor and get your tuition paid for or get it reimbursed. And we're sitting around here talking about, hey, shawty, let me goddamn, that ass is fat, let me take you home and bust them cheeks. You know what I'm saying? And then after I get through that, I'm gonna go rob a nigga so I can take you out to eat the other day. Of course, we have some good black people doing that. I'm one of the exception of the rule. I'm the exception though. I'm one of the rare people that made it out the hood that's doing good. You get what I'm saying? But I'm a target if I go back. When you feel like that you're a target amongst your own people, that's a problem. And nobody else made it like that. That's what black people do. Black people wake up every day and make a conscious decision that I'm gonna be a real nigga or I'm gonna be a fuck nigga. You get what I'm saying? And excuse my French, excuse my German. You know what I'm saying? But this is the decision. It's nothing have to do with no mentality. Because if we will operate on a slave mentality, then we will wake up every day and eat the same slave food every day. But we don't. We only eat slave plates when we want to, Dynas. We only pig out to eat chitlins and hog maws on Thanksgiving or Christmas time. We make a conscious decision to revert back to a slave mentality. It's a decision. It's nothing that's inside. Because in that case, I'm just like the Django. I'm that 1 in 10,000. It's nothing exceptional about me. It just took me one time, and I'm telling you that even though I believe that in that white supremacy that you're talking about, I'm telling you straight up, if prison was the best thing ever happened to me. I didn't like it. Not one day I was in there. I had to fight. Goddamn, I had to rob. I beat people, did all type of stuff just to survive. But I'm telling you, I know for a fact because I'm real with myself. I take self-accountability. If I wouldn't have went to prison when I went, I would have been dead. You would have never known anything about Hustle Smart. And I passed the mic.
All right, go ahead, Brandon.
Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Man, when I was a little kid, right, we used to have this TV with the VCR built in. You remember those TVs where the VCR was built into the TV?
Yep.
Yeah, they still got them in jail.
And we had, it was a VHS, and we had, I don't know what we did, but we got this tape, this VHS tape of Beauty and the Beast stuck in that VCR. So no matter what happened, the moment you turned that TV on, it would just start playing the movie Beauty and the Beast on repeat. It would literally it had like the self-rewinding mechanism where we rewind and start again. And we just could not get that tape out so we can get that movie off the screen. That's how I feel when I listen to these people talking about trauma, these Black folks. We're dealing with residual trauma. We're dealing with this and that. We're dealing with the pain of 457 years and 37 seconds of slavery and all this type of stuff. But just like Simple E said, it's funny how the trauma don't stop them from doing nothing they want to do. When they want to go get the new charger, the trauma don't stop them from doing that. When they want to go move up next to white folks when they got their new job.
Hold on, Brandon. Not just any type of charger. Hellcat. You got to.
Oh, they want the Scat Pack. They want the Scat Pack. When we in there signing on dotted line, we ain't talking about trauma. You feel what I'm saying? We ain't up in that car dealership asking for no reparations, right? When they want to go to the you know this is a lie because they go into the Korean beauty supply. The Korean beauty supply owner chin check him in the jaw, crane kick him to the ground, put him in a whole full Nelson.
Follow them around. Don't forget about following them around.
Pull him in a full Nelson with his knee in their back and traumatize him. But Dynast, that show as hell don't stop him from going in there. That sure don't stop him from going to look for the Kanikalon, Remy, and the Yaki, right? Bro, what we have done is we're not suffering from residual trauma. We're not dealing with passed on trauma from slavery. There may be a correlation, but it's not the causation. What we do is we hand down a pre-written script to our people that we evoke. We pull it out our back pocket like an identification card and start regurgitating that script whenever someone challenges us on our behavior and our niggerish behavior. All of a sudden it's trauma, right? But it's not. It's all about choices. When a person, it's like I saw this video the other day of a Black woman talking about because we Black and we dealing with racism, when you go on a diet, you could do the same diet as a white person and you're going to have different results. The diet won't work for you because you Black and you dealing with residual trauma.
That was Brittany Cooper. That was Brittany Cooper.
This stuff is just ridiculous. And I mean, listen, if a woman says it, it's fine because I don't expect women to be accountable for nothing. But the sad part is they teach this to their kids, their male children. And then you got males growing up with this same lame ass script. You ain't never picked 10 pounds of cotton in your life. Stop trying to act like slavery is making you show your ass. You showing your ass because you choose to. Instagram wasn't around when there was slavery. Okay? They didn't even have guns for the most part when there was slavery. Nothing you got now. We're making decisions every day to act like degenerates, and they need to be locked up. And T.I. is a degenerate with his degenerate son and family, and that's why Rotimi got to sing Rise Up, because Rotimi is a self-respecting, humble individual, artist who carries himself like a professional and don't walk around trying to be a thug and raising children that want to who think thug life is something to be proud of. So that's why he got to sing it. The days are over where degeneracy equals fame and stardom. People are tired of that crap. White folks is done selling that to their kids, so they leave it to us. And you know what we do? Look, they punch you in the jaw talking about, yeah, I'm hitting you and victimize you because of 400 years of slavery. If you ain't never picked 100 pounds of cotton, don't use slavery as an excuse. Don't use trauma from slavery as an excuse. That's all I'm going to say.
I feel that I like to listen to everybody's perspective. However the case may be, when I spoke about a trauma, you feel me? Once I became enlightened as an individual, that trauma was no longer there. So I say that to say, obviously, educating.
You brought up Rosa Parks, lady.
I didn't cut you off, Brandon. I allowed you to speak respectfully. I'm just piggybacking off the points that you made, sir. So with that being said, I did bring up Rosa
See, what
Parks.
you're supposed to do is just keep being silent and let that marinate in your mind a little bit.
I'm trying to hear the sister. Go ahead.
So thank you so much. But I did bring up Rosa Parks, and I brought that up to make a point that we're not just African, they're mixed in with the indigenous people. So this is our rightful homeland. That's why I brought her up. But just to piggyback off what I was saying, as far as the trauma is concerned, once I became more enlightened, I don't have those traumas because for one, I'm educated enough to articulate myself if I'm in any type of situation that I feel subjugated in. So that's for one. But for two, a lot of the degenerate behavior that Brandon speaks on, because to me, when you speak on that, that puts a broad brush to people who are not in our community, who are not enlightened, or maybe in our community, that is the vast majority of us, and it's not. That's a sector of people that I feel, this is my opinion, who are not enlightened and who have the enslaved mindset. Just because we're removed so long from slavery does not mean that some of the mentality due of just generations have not seeped over into where we are today. And guess what? We're not even going to piggyback off slavery. We can go to Jim Crow. We can go to redlining. We can go to sundown laws. I mean, we can go to convict leasing. We can go however y'all want to take. We can go to crack in the 80s. This has been a system that has been against the Black American. If we're going to touch on Rotimi, for example, my feeling, just seeing how everything is going on now, that's by design. Why he was put in there. There is this stitch forward effort to make the Black American, because we have done great things. We are the most progressive people on earth. Anybody denying that, regardless to the degenerate behavior, we're the most progressive Black people on earth. Nobody have built institutions that we have built.
We're not.
But we are, though. But you have to, because if you're going to say that, you have to give me, I'm going to. You have to give me an example, if you're going to debunk what I'm saying, of other Black people from the continent, the Caribbean, whatever, who have done the things that Black Americans have done.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead, sir.
Okay, please, just this question. Okay, let me ask you this. Yeah. Black people now are unsuccessful because of residual trauma from slavery, right?
I didn't put it all on slavery.
100 years later, that's what you said.
No, I didn't. I gave examples. I got to clear you up, though, Brandon, on respectful stuff. I gave you more than just slavery. I gave you Jim Crow. I gave you redlining. I gave you sundown laws. I gave you conflict. I gave you all these things that systematically happened to us. So are we ignoring those things?
Well, let me ask you the question. I'm not ignoring nothing.
Okay,
I've dealt with this before. Let me ask you the question. If we are where we are now because of slavery, Jim Crow, and systematic oppression, why is it that the Black people who were closer to slavery were way more successful than us when dealing with way more opposition and obstacles to their freedom, independence, them being able to own things than we do today?
Great question. And I got an answer for you on why that is, okay?
It's because we had a clear enemy at that time, Pan-Africanism.
See, this is the thing with that, and that's a great question, Brandon, and I'm going to answer that for you. The reason why they were doing so much better then than we are doing now is because we went Instead of fighting for reparations, we humanitarians, which I'm all for that. We're spiritual people because a lot of the times we don't get the spirituality aspect put on our ethnic group. That is let out, but we are spiritual people
You
as
just
Black
changed the
Americans.
subject. You didn't
I'm
even answer
going
the
to
question.
no.
Just the
I was
goalpost,
following it
we
up with
talk about ghosts
I
now.
was following. I'm following it up, sir. Just allow me to. Okay. I'm gonna ask you a question.
Hey, we
The
don't need
reason
no
why
tap
is
dancing now. We don't need no tap dancing now.
I'm gonna let
Hallelujah.
you
Praise the
talk.
Lord. Take them to church.
You can't allow me to not be who I am. This is who I am. I'm coming to you transparent, sir. So allow me to talk as a Black American woman, please.
Well, we
Thank
just
you.
want you to answer the. Come on, you don't have to do that now.
I am
We just
answering
want
the
you to.
question,
We
but I
just
don't
want you
want
to
to be
answer the question. Then
interrupted.
you can
I don't want to be
pontificate.
The
interrupted.
yogi
No, because
goddess. Let her
Hold on,
speak.
hold on. Y'all, one mic. Let her finish,
we're
please.
not
Answer
beating
the
you
question.
up.
Go
We're
ahead.
not beating you up, man. We just
Well, okay,
saying.
let her just let her answer, please. Let her answer.
Just said
Go ahead.
pontificate
Okay.
after. Go ahead,
Okay,
ma'am. Go
go
ahead.
ahead. Go ahead. Ask the
Okay,
question.
thank you very much, respectfully. So, where I was going with that is us as humanitarian Christian people, we, instead of fighting for ourselves,
Christian.
went about, yes, yes, a lot of us practice Christianity or a form of religion. You have black Hebrew Israelites, you have black Muslim, whatever your preference is on a religious basis. That is a part of our culture. So, I'll continue. With that being said, because Dr. Martin Luther King also was a pastor as well, we went ahead and fought for immigration laws and the American government because racism has been redefined. You can't lynch people nowadays. You have to
Dinah, stick a
redefine.
fork in her. She's done. The
No,
script.
I'm
She's
not.
back
I'm
on the
really not
script.
done.
No,
I'm
hold
really
on.
not
No.
done.
Let her finish, y'all. Please don't
Where I
interrupt.
was going
I just
with
know
is
is
where I was
she
going
gonna answer the question.
One mic, guys.
instead of us.
Hold on. 1 second. You got 1 minute. I'm gonna give you 1 minute. Just go
Okay.
ahead. Answer the question, please. 1 minute.
All
Guys,
right.
don't
So
interrupt.
with that being said, when we went ahead and started fighting for immigration laws, the United States government said, "Great, that is another way we can keep them out of wealth." Yep, we'll give the Arabs all the liquor stores and the beauty supply stores and things
God
of that
damn.
nature.
Can you
See,
not let
Daddies
the
were
young
trying.
folks?
Anaya, Daddies were trying to be on your side. That is, see,
But dynasty,
Gregory Hines, is
the
that you
dynasty.
tap dancing?
You cannot honestly say people who are coming over here from third
So hold
world
on,
situations.
one
Go
mic. So
ahead.
you're saying when
Yep.
Arabs show up here, the government meets them at Ellis Island or at immigration passport control at JFK Airport and says, "Hey, listen, we got some liquor stores for you in the black community. Here you go."
and some gas stations, and some
And
truck
you know what?
stops.
And not
Dinah.
even listen. Not even only do we have liquor stores, not even do we have gas stations. Because if that's not the case, then why are they primarily in black communities?
Let me
But
tell you. Let me tell
because
you.
black
I
people
can
don't
answer the question.
hold on, Brandon.
Let me
I
answer
swear,
that.
give me 1 second, Brandon. Give me 1 second. The reason why they come in black neighborhoods and put up Texaco, Chevron, beauty supply shops, Chinese food, and all that, because black people don't open those businesses. Black people get opened up those same businesses in their neighborhood. They don't want to. Black people don't want to sit up in no convenience store 24 hours a day selling goddamn blunts and goddamn Coca-Colas. We want to take that and go back to the house and smoke a blunt and drink a Coca-Cola. We don't want to open those business. We don't want to sit in the business for 24 hours sleeping in the back. You know what I'm saying? Making them. You catch a lot of them Arab. They sleep at those places.
Simply, let me give her the straight up answer. The
Go
reason
ahead.
why you see them in our communities opening those businesses, they didn't even open those businesses. We sold them those businesses because the black business owners got this wise idea from Martin Luther King that going to college and getting a degree was more important than opening a business so you could go work for white folks. Every business owner in my community when I was little, they sold their business to Asians and Mexicans. And you know where their kids went? Yeah, my son's going to Harvard. My son's going to Yale. My son's going to USC. Oh, what is he going to do with that job? He's going to become a lawyer. He's going to go work and be a doctor. He's going to go do this job, that job. He's going to go be an engineer. And when they got out, did they start their own medical practice? No. Did they start their own engineering firm? No. Did they start their own law office? No. They went and got jobs for white folks. So we traded entrepreneurship for a job. And in order to do that, our parents and grandparents, they encouraged us to do that. So when they got old to where they couldn't work in their businesses no more, they had no choice but to sell. That's how Arabs, Chinese, and everybody else got a hold of businesses in the Black community. And that's a fact, Jack.
I would say, to your point, Brandon, I would say you could be more educated on me in that, but I'm speaking for my state. A lot of the people who amassed wealth back in the early 1900s when we
hold on.
migrated.
Oh, that's right. You're never. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You're in Michigan. That's right. Got so you got
Right.
1 minute.
Those businesses, those Black businesses, H.J. Cole Funeral Home, those Black people, their businesses are still up. So all of us didn't sell. No, all of us did not sell, and I think that that's a false misnomer. We have a lot of Black businesses that actually came from back then. That's been in Michigan for 50 plus
Do
years.
you know who Gregory Hines is?
Pardon me? Yes, I do know who Gregory Hines is.
Because he must have taught you how to tap dance.
Brandon, let her finish, please. For 35 seconds. Go ahead, Ania. Please don't interrupt.
Okay, so what I will say is that, to Brandon's point, I think there's truth into what me and both of him are saying. I think that it's across the board that there's truth in what he's saying and what I'm saying, because I'm telling you what's going on in my state, in the blackest state in the United States. We didn't all sell. In fact, we're being gentrified out right now as we speak. For example, in the Eastern Market District, that's in Detroit. That's a Black business that's been there, a soul food restaurant for 50-something years. They're gentrifying them out. Not because the business is not doing good. They're gentrifying them out. I'm telling you something that's happening in real
The
time.
only way that they can gentrify you out that building, if you're renting. It's the same thing in Atlanta. It's the same thing in Atlanta when they were building the Georgia Dome. When they built the first Georgia Dome, they took all these Black churches up out of here. You get what I'm saying? Because they was renting. You get what I'm saying? Like that's the thing. We have a renter's mentality, Miss X. We don't have an ownership. But hold on, let me finish. But if you own the building, you get what I'm saying? They will have to give you fair market value for your property. Am I right or wrong, Dinus?
You're right. You're absolutely right.
Listen, they'll give you above fair market value.
Yeah, but I wanted you to just agree with that because you're in real estate. When Arthur Blanks came in Atlanta and took those 12 Black churches away, they gave them over fair value for the property. So what did that allow them to do? They allowed them to take that. We talking about the value of it in 2020. They was allowed to go make other endeavors, make other business. But you know what them Black people did? You know what the Black people did, Miss X? They got them, bought them some timeshare, and they living a good life. They don't have to go to that restaurant no more eating chitlins. They can eat the chitlins in their house. And for all the Black people in the chat claiming they don't eat chitlins and nobody eat chitlins no more, every around Christmas and Thanksgiving, but you go to Kroger in the grocery store, they got a whole pallet full of them. Because it just always shocks me when Black people claim when they don't do something. And the last thing, Miss X, the only reason why things that you're saying is true and what Brandon is saying is true is for that exception, for that anomaly. You get what I'm saying? It's always an exception to the rule. For every if, there's a but. You get what I'm saying? But if you got 99 guys that did you wrong and you had one guy that do you good, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna that one did good is not gonna overshoot the 99. So you are right that it's some business that didn't let go, but the majority did. You get what I'm saying? So we're never speaking in exacts. We all speaking in generality. So when you go with logic, and we all know under white supremacy system, what they made up, majority makes the rules.
I get, and I totally agree.
But I still got a question. Can you please provide any proof that the Michigan or Detroit city government they give Arabs the gas stations? Like,
yes, I can provide you proof. I'm gonna give you an example, sir. For example, they opened up in all of the liquor stores and gas stations in Michigan. They opened up this chain. You can look it up. It's called Crispy Chicken, and they were giving out loans left and right for them. I inquired about one. They were giving out loans. I inquired about it, right? I don't have the resources or the economic base to put the $40,000 in. So they were giving out the loans. I got up to the last step. I'm giving you facts and proofs. The lady name was Diane Crawford. She was the person who was supposed to give me the loan. When she got to me, it was the run around. I even said, let me just wait, let her get back to me. And sure, when we finally got to talking, I could work at a place she had, but she would not give me the loan. Now, priorly speaking to the people at the loan agency, it wasn't an issue. So it prompted me to ask her. I said, well, is there any, because y'all selling, chicken and macaroni and cheese and Black American cuisines, is there any Black Americans in Michigan at all? Because this chain is popular now that owns one of them. The answer was no. So
But did you have the collateral though?
He must have missed the part where I said they were giving these loans out. He missed that part.
You
So
still got to qualify for the
You still got to
loan.
qualify for the loan.
Right. So what I'm telling you is I was qualified for the loan. My credit score is good. Everything towards the end until I
You're
spoke with
telling
her.
us that. We
Yeah,
don't
but
know that for sure.
you still no, but you still have to have more than just good credit to get a business loan. Business
You
loans
have
are
to
very
have good
risky.
credit. You have to be a homeowner. I'm telling you, I went through the proper logistics to get this loan, sir. So with that being said,
I
when it
don't think
came
you have to be a homeowner to get a loan.
well, that was one of the qualifications that they told me I had to have, and I had that as well, is what I'm telling you. So, with that being said, I had
We
everything.
found Mashawn's daughter.
So, with that being said, I had everything that they would want for me to be able to get this loan to start this business. For whatever reason, I'm going to say it's because they didn't want to give it to me based off race. I was not able to get the loan,
But
and
that's
that's
not a
just what
fact.
happened.
That's your opinion, though. That's your
But
opinion.
that's a true fact when you open up 400 of them
No, no,
and
no, no,
none
no,
of
no, no.
them.
You're conflating, Miss X. Believe me, Miss X. I believe I'll stand when you're the same way I'm talking shit. If you're 100% right, I will
I'm
fight for you the
100% right,
same way.
sir. I'm
No, you
telling you
cannot.
that.
No, what you just said.
I am.
Hold on. Let me give you your words back to you.
Go
You
ahead.
said that the only thing that I can think of is why they didn't give it to me is because they didn't want to give it to a black woman. That's
That's
what you
the
said.
truth.
That's Dinus.
That's a lie.
You
Dinus, is
can't tell
that
me my
Black
like
people
I
get
experience
just
is a
loans
I
lie.
just want
every
you to take
day.
her words, Dinus. Is that a
Yeah.
fact or opinion? I ain't graduated from University of Georgia, so you let me know if that's a fact or opinion,
I'm
Dinus.
telling you, these
Opinion.
are my facts.
That's an opinion for
That
now. That's
these are my facts. And guess what? I can also elaborate on that. When you have 400 stores that are opening up and you're giving out loans. Now, come on, we're using logic now. If you're giving out loans to
okay.
people
But
to get these businesses,
Ania, stop. So I worked in the restaurant business. I worked in the hospitality business. I worked with gas stations with Centos. Well, you have
right.
to understand these crispy chicken franchises.
hmm
Even though you keep bringing up there's 400 different locations, they're probably owned by like 5 or 6 franchising
You can franchise them out, or you can, independently operate them and own them. You have
no,
an option.
that's what I'm saying. Independently operated. What I'm
Right.
saying is it's like 5. There's probably like I give you a prime example here in Atlanta, Popeye's
hmm
Chicken. The majority, if not all, the damn Popeye's chickens are owned by Hank Aaron's 755 group. He owns
Okay.
just about all of them. The crispy chickens that are operating inside of these gas stations. What I'm saying is the majority of them are owned and operated by is usually 4 or 5 different conglomerates that own them. Same thing like with the Krispy Kremes here in
hmm
Atlanta. The majority of them are owned by Shaquille O'Neal. So so you're looking at it as okay, 400 different restaurants. That's 400 different loans. Well, literally, you'll have about 5 or 6 different companies snatch up 50 locations here, snatch up 60 locations here.
I think
That's how it works.
the question to ask her: did you have management experience as far as running
Yes,
a
I
restaurant?
do. Yes, I do, sir.
So then what you have to understand too, Anil, when these companies or lenders are giving out loans for businesses, like if you have experience in the restaurant business, all right, you're more than likely to get a loan versus let me actually say, have you ever operated a restaurant before this crispy chicken?
No, my management expertise were not in the restaurant business. No.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
that's a big one.
That's
That's a
probably
big
why.
one. I mean,
That's
I'm gonna take her
probably
word.
why.
I'm gonna take her word for it, but that's a big one right there.
Well, yeah,
Like business loans
if you
are
were,
very risky.
but Ania, if you were coming in, I'll say this: if you're coming in straight cash, you probably would have got it.
Okay.
But I'm like I said, I know how this stuff works in the restaurant business. That's just how it works. Like I said, it's usually 4, 5, 6 conglomerates of different separate companies who already have restaurants, who already have gas stations that are pretty much snatching up all of these. Like here we go. All the majority of the Circle K's here in Atlanta are they started popping up everywhere. They're all owned by like 1 or 2 companies.
Hold on, David. Not only that, the Red Roof. Let's go with motels. They all those Indian people buy the motel. They ain't because they don't like black people. Listen, Miss X, this is the thing. When somebody is going to open up a motel in Atlanta, the reason why they give it to those Indians because it's in their family. It's just like being a goat herder if your whole family is goat herders. That's why a lot of their cousins and a lot of the motels and chevrons are Arabic people because they have it in their family. It's a system. It's more of a safe. And on top of that, you got dangerous fuel. You get what I'm saying? Like it ain't just because you have the money. Now, one thing I'd be on your side about it, they do give black people to run around, but that's only because they are the majority. What I'm saying is that the boot has no incentive to respect the ant. So what the ant got to do is the ant have to find a way to get it. But to sit up here and say that, that they're systematic oppression, why would they not? Because you want to know the same, you want to know the funny thing, Mr. Anaya X, I would do the same thing if I was in power. If we was 350 million strong and there was 40 million white people and a white person came to me and I got goddamn and there's 100 million more, it's 7 times more black people than this, I would give it to black people. The thing about it is that we're the only group of people, Miss Anaya, that don't practice nepotism. We're the only time. We don't do that to each other. We could do that, but we're too busy fighting and killing each other.
Simply.
Go ahead, my brother.
Let me ask you this question. You loan one of your kinfolk some money. Let's say you give them $200. How hesitant are you going to be to loan them $200?
I tell my family I don't loan money, I give it. So if I don't give it to you, don't act for it. And I have family members that have gotten $300-400 me, have ducked me for the rest of their life. Won't even talk, act like I don't even exist no more. That's black people for you. Black people will duck you for your whole entire life about a couple of $100.
Okay, so here's the reality. You know how many white people, there's millions of white people who have took out loans and defaulted on the loans and didn't pay it back. There's millions of black people, I'm sure, who have took out loans, defaulted on the loans and didn't pay it back, right? So when you go to get a loan, these people want to make sure that you have the ability to pay that loan back, whether or not your business is successful. So when the lady says, I don't have history in food management, restaurant management.
That's a big one.
We don't know what type of job she was working at the time. We don't know what her income was looking like. Black people have this false notion that all you need is good credit and you can go out and you could go buy the White House. Sorry, black people, it don't work like that. You have to prove that you can pay these people their money back, no matter how good your credit may be, right? Sorry if there's noise. Some black guy's getting arrested by the police across the street.
Damn.
But he's acting crazy as hell. But they actually, we in Manhattan Beach, but they actually let him roll off on his bicycle. They didn't trip on him. But if it was me, I would have whooped his ass and arrested him because he was being disorderly. But anyway, so we have to understand that there's a lot of contributing factors. Black people walk off the car lot every day with a loan. You don't never hear them talk about they wouldn't give me a loan because it was racism. The only time you hear this, oh, we can't get a loan, is when somebody is giving some anecdotal evidence that is probably not even rooted in any type of truth or anything like that. There's no facts, no proof, no paperwork, no nothing, and they just want us to believe it just because they said that it's true. On top of that, their previous testimonies have all been shaky to where I can't believe a word the person says. And when asked a straight up question, they don't answer straight up. They go roundabout and start talking about metaphysics. Guys, understand this is a script that Black people have been taught, and we need to unlearn this script so that we can have honest conversations and real progress. And
Miss
thank you
Anaya,
guys. Good night and good
Respectfully,
luck. I
Brandon.
appreciate you.
Miss Anaya, let me ask
Respectfully.
you a question. Hold on, let me ask you a question before you start. Then you can just continue after that. If we was in power, if it was 300, 400 million Black people, and it was only 42 million white people, would you consider white people equal to Black people?
I would on a personal
Oh my God.
standpoint. I would, because on a personal standpoint, I just feel like, there should not be a system where one group is more of a hierarchy than the other, because we're all humans. So
Look,
I
I'll be honest with you.
personally would.
I don't even think you got to go that far though. I'll be honest.
But he asked me a question, and I'm going to
I just wanted to see how she think, and that's what a lot of Black people would do. Like, see when the shoe is on the other foot, Black people wouldn't do white people like they did us, and that's why we're the way that we are now. So that's why when that white boy went in there and killed them people at that church down in South Carolina, what did the members of the church come out there and do? We gonna pray for him. We still love him. He's still one of us. He's a human. You get what I'm saying? See, white people are more predatory than us. You get what I'm saying?
Does that make it a good thing? Does that make that a good thing?
No. If we was back 400, 500, 800 years ago, it wouldn't be a good thing. But it's a good thing now, because you got countries, Miss Anaya, that have laser lock nuclear missiles targeted at them at all times. Most of these countries have nuclear missile. United States have over 64 nuclear missiles pointed at either Iran or North Korea, Russia, China at all times. When these people are running the world with the aspiration that death could come, that the world could end at any time. If any one of you people was thinking like you, that thinks like you, the world would bend over. You would be taken advantage of. The 40 million. So this is why the weird thing that when Black people, weird as Black people say that, we created white people. You get what I'm saying? So that that would be the equivalent of saying that, or even Black people saying that Jesus is Black. You might as well say Jesus is white, because ain't nowhere in the world Jesus could be Black and we going through what we going through, and we're losing like we're losing. You know what I'm saying? It would make more sense to say that he's white for the position that we in. So when you hear Black people talking about Jesus Black, talking about sandy hair and all that stupid shit that's in the Bible, you get what I'm saying? It makes you look even worse. Cause that means Jesus, your motherfucking homeboy, your Ace Boone Coon, is letting you live in Bankhead and letting the white people live in Buckhead. The evil white people, the one that's destroying the earth, the one that's polluting the earth. They ride and rise in Phantom. They in gated communities, Diners. But Black Jesus letting them be like that. But Black Jesus gonna let us suffer.
But hold on, Simp. Yeah. See, what they say, Simp, is that in fact, her Ania X, see, the white man has 2,000 years to rule, because see, we was disobedient. So that is why the white man has 2,000 years to rule. That's why.
What we were disobedient about? Well, we ate a mango from the wrong tree or something. What do we do?
Well, I think that
I have a question for Naya.
Hold on. Let her. Well, first of all, we got to take a commercial break. Everyone, if you have not bought the documentary, please go to search4uhuru.com. Please go to search4uhuru.com and go and buy the documentary. Again, if you have not bought the documentary, please go to search4uhuru.com. I need all of y'all to go and buy the documentary. Even hey, Kevin Jones, I need you to buy it. Kevin Jones, hold on. Kevin Jones, I need you to go and buy the documentary. I know you need to go to buy it.
Kevin Jones caught that documentary, man. And I like you too. He said he ate chitlins one time with some hot sauce and it wasn't that bad. He was one of the only honest people in the chat. I saw your comment, my brother. Support the platform.
Yeah, so go buy the documentary. But Jeezy, go ahead and ask your question to Jeezy.
I want to ask Anaya X. I want to ask her, do you feel that as a black person, you have disadvantages in this country, right?
What I feel is that on an individual basis, I will say on an individual basis, I feel that you should be able to have the mentality to go out here and put forth
Le-
whatever that you want to achieve or and attain for yourself. But I also do feel that based for Black Americans, I'm speaking on my
Do,
ethnic group, that there
mhm.
has been a system that is in place that has not been on our side.
Oh,
Good, bad, or indifferent, those are the facts. And
okay.
my only thing would be, and I'll let you finish, I just want to finish my point. My only thing would be collectively as Black Americans, how do we, because I think Brandon pointed out a point where we don't practice nepotism in our community like we once did. A lot of the values that we had in our community, early on were working, as we can see now, because we're so far removed from that. So, what are some of the solutions instead of, because we do got to point out some of the obvious, obviously, to put this on people's mind and their lexicon to change some of that dynamics. But what are some of the solutions where Black men and women can start to say, hey, you know what? Let's start from the chalkboard and let's start to correct some of these behaviors and see how far we can progress moving forward. Because what I would hate is for our ethnic group to die off, because we've seen that happen with the natives and things of that nature. And then we start to get all of this acknowledgement about our positive contributes instead of right now, where we do have a large number of us still here trying to render a lot of the things that's happened systematically. Because at this point, it's our job to fix that. We already see no one's doing that
That
for
was a
us.
long answer. Um, okay, let me ask you this: as a woman, as a black woman,
Mm.
do you, when people say, do you think that you have in this system, you have advantages over certain advantages over black males to advance in this system? You can get farther than black males in this, than let's say your average black male, same qualifications, everything in this system. Do you
I
think you're
don't,
given
I don't,
advantages?
no, I don't. I think
Oh
that
my
Black
God.
American men are treated,
And see,
equally the same. I'm going off my life experience as a Black American, so don't take that from me.
so
I
you
like I
have,
said, I'm
so
going
you
off
have
me.
So you acknowledge you have agency, but you don't acknowledge, and that's fine, and that's cool. But I think the crux of the problem is that, they knew what they were doing when they gave the black community to the women. They put a batter in their back, and I'm not saying this to stop them from doing anything. Let them continue on, do what they do. But I've traveled this
Speak your
country, and
truth, my brother. Speak it.
no, dude, I've traveled this country from east to west, north to south. I've seen all these communities, and I've seen Hispanic communities, white communities, and I used to listen. I used to think before I went on the road that you hear Yvette Carnell and Tone Talks talk about the racial wealth gap, and it'll take 200 something years to make it up, even if they stood still. I don't believe that anymore because, like I said, they're not doing anything special. But I think I don't deny all the transgressions and trauma that the black community in this country has been through. But what I will say was the death blow was incentivizing, or the single mother epidemic that has killed this community. That has killed black people. I mean, if you look at it, I mean, because everybody, the studies have shown that males more enterprising, more endeavoring, more tend to be more ambitious, more exploratory. But you have a situation here where they have incentivized women to go out here. They tell them that
No, they
it's
put them
not
on a
beating up.
pedestal, brother. A pedestal.
Yes, yes, they
A
push them forward.
pedestal.
Yes, they push them forward. Here's the thing. Now,
Thank you.
if they were to take their advantage or their privilege and make something of it, then I would have nothing to say. But they take this privilege and they totally shit their pants, make so many mistakes. And dude, I just read a book called Evicted, and it took a snapshot of what happened uh, post 2008, the housing crisis, and it's talked about the vicious cycle between the relationship between low income housing residents and their slumlords, and all through it, it was just single mothers making mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake. And they will say, "Oh, well, I'm trying to do the best the best they can do." But when you look at what they were doing, it just didn't make any sense. You know, but I mean, they're having children on top of having children on top of having children. Now you've had this for like 5 generations, and they've put you've put onto the market ineffective children, whether it be male or female, and it just continues and just continues. Dude, I think that is the biggest thing, and I don't know. I don't know if Black America can recover from that, because you are just that. It's not producing the type of individuals, especially the males, that need to do this. You talk about not being able to get the loan for the chicken franchise. I guarantee you, had it been if it were how do I say it? In a perfect world, if it were men, maybe someone like Dynast, maybe someone like Simplice or whatever, and they set their sights and they said they wanted this, they would have gotten it. You know, they can do this to women, and women would just, take it and just walk away, or just, make up. So, but no, there's something about when a man is laser focused and he wants something, you're not stopping him. And I think every society knows this, that if you have a situation, it's the men that you're going to have to compete with, not the women. But we got this gynocracy, matriarchy going on, to where it's just everything has just become a shit show. And it's like, now everybody's complaining about the problems, but they don't even want to. And what kills me about it is women don't even realize that they were incentivized to do all these things. They just thought, they don't even
care, bro. They don't care.
I will, just to your point, what I will say is, you hit on and touched on a lot of honest points. But what I will say is, you bring up a system that's in place to incentivize women and things of that nature. So a lot of it, like you said, is systematic. It's programming. We live in a world where
but when people try to tell you now, y'all not trying to hear it. Y'all still want to go. Y'all still want to. Y'all still want to continue on with the behavior.
No,
and I don't blame you if it's, but it's not working for you, and now you're crying.
And I agree to your point. That's what I was saying. I agree, but there's still a system, and I think there's a lot of deprogramming that needs to go on with our men and women. But far as I'm concerned, I have nothing but respect for Black men. That's why I'm trying.
It's not even about that. That's not even about just saying.
But I'm gonna carry on. I'm gonna carry on with my point, where I say is that this system that we live in, all those points that you brought up, far as single motherhood and things of that nature, and where your past doesn't escape you, because some, not probably consciously but unconsciously, knowing we're doing a lot of the things that we've been doing back in slavery. We're breeding without any kind of conscious mind to it. We're systematically, maybe not consciously knowing, unconsciously knowing,
but you've been told. This is not the first time, y'all. This is not the first time hearing this.
But we're continuing. I'm giving people the benefit of doubt. Maybe not consciously they're knowing that, but what the reality is that it's happening, and that's because there was a system in place for these things to continue and go on. And so for me, I don't get off into the, higher matriarchy point of view, far as being a woman and the feminism. I'm a Black American woman. I stand beside my Black American men. Yes, we do need that leadership in our home of a man. That is an issue in our community.
And and it speaks to a bigger point, because I'm not accusing you of being a feminist at all. But I think they knew, especially when you see it, around the time the Moynihan report came out, they know that even women themselves won't speak out against it, or they don't fight the status quo. They'll just take it for what it is. They're not even cognizant of what's going on. They just act on,
these husky, big booger wolf, Stacey Abrams, big body, thick neck, thick thighs will whoop her ass, man. One thing I can give women like Miss Anaya X credit for. She's smart enough not to open up their mouth. She would, if she opened her mouth to those. To those hood boogers, they will whoop. See, that's it. Hold on for a second. The difference between women and men is that a man can go to another man and say whatever. We can stand on our own, but women really can't. Those women will whoop her ass. Let me tell you something. Those women, Miss Anaya, is your hair natural? Your hair natural?
Yes, it is.
Them women will whoop her ass and they will snatch her hair out of her hair just for her open up her mouth. So the thing about it is no winning. The same system that she's talking about is propping up a certain group of women. And the woman like her, that by her own words, she stand by a black woman, those women call her pick me and they will whoop her motherfucking ass. They will drag her all the way from Detroit to Atlanta and tell her, now go to your black king. So she don't even have a choice.
But see, I don't even think they have the discernment or I don't want to say, I don't know if it's the agency or discernment to realize what's going on and to say something about it. Listen, it's so bad. They are now getting, remember how on the last panel I said that I like a certain type of woman, chocolate, whatever, natural hair. They had that panel that they just did the other day with Umar Johnson and Cynthia G. I was looking over into the corner and I was looking at the woman. I mean, naturally, you're gonna see her or him.
So I know exactly where we're going with this. I didn't know that was a man.
Dude,
oh, I knew that was a
man. No, you look at her like, oh, that's I mean, naturally, you're gonna want to give her a props. Oh, that's a beautiful chocolate sister, or you think it is. But then you start looking and you're looking like something's off. But the fact that they will have this is how you know they're playing black women. The fact that they will have the audacity to get a man on there posing as a woman, speaking on issues from the perspective of a black woman,
and not
as if
tell
he's been
nobody,
a woman
and not tell nobody.
Yeah, he's been a man all his life. Most of his life he's been a man, and then recently I don't know, but I can tell he's been a man for a majority of his life. But he's speaking from the perspective of black male. First of all, he doesn't even have normal what's the word, typical male female relationships. He's not, because most of us are heterosexual. He's not having those type of relationships. But he's speaking. This is how they're playing y'all, and y'all don't even say anything about it. Y'all might say, y'all, like in a what do you call it? In a stream like this, y'all might
a little vacuum chamber. It's like a vacuum chamber.
Yeah. So then, but then they're not. So you got this silent majority. Whether if you want to call it silent majority, but they're causing problems for y'all. For black women, and because they like the situation the way it is. Most black women, they don't like it, but they're not going to say anything about it. It's just not in them to push against it. But every day, this single motherhood machine industrial complex is just churning more and more and more and more of these useless males out onto the market.
Yep.
You know. And think
about it like this. They're complaining about the same dudes that they're raising. It's black women. If black women are 78%, bro, it used to be 75. It had went up to 78% in the last 3 years. So by that logic, that means that black women are complaining about the same men that they are raising.
And I
would say, go ahead.
Yeah, Prince, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to say to the sister, I've been listening to you this whole time, and I don't know if Simp Police noticed it, but earlier in our convo, he was expressing himself, and you kind of interjected, and he was like, well, sister, let me speak, and you yielded, and you said that I apologize. Go ahead. That caught my attention, And I just want to give you, your flowers and give you props because you've been real respectful to us brothers on the panel today. And a lot of times, as black brothers, we'll talk about how we want our sisters to be, how we want them to carry themselves. But when a sister actually displays that type of behavior, a lot of times we don't give you your kudos. We don't give you your flowers. So I just want to give you your flowers right now. And just express to you that we appreciate that. You've been real respectful. You've expressed yourself intelligently, eloquently, and it's not that we don't mind you having an opinion and you being at the negotiating table with us. It's just the manner in which you do it, like the way you've done it today, the way you've expressed yourself. Put your points across. You yielded. You've been patient. you know, that's the way we will prefer for it to be, you know. So we don't want to oppress you.
See,
We
this
don't
is
want
the
to
issue.
suppress you. None of that.
Prince, this the
Nothing of
issue,
the
Prince.
above.
Prince, this is the issue. I heard her when she said that, but the reason why I didn't go like how you going right now, because I'm not gonna give nobody praises for normal shit. It's just like how women want all these gifts for Mother's Day for being a mother. Like when my kids come to me to Father's Day, I don't want shit. I
But
don't want
simply,
no gifts.
check this
I
out.
don't
Check
want
this out,
no
my
gifts
brother.
for doing. No, I'm with you. No, you can do
Check,
whatever
check,
you do. It's fine with that. And she is an anomaly because most women up. Believe me, bro. If
but
she was any type of way not acting the way she acted, I would have been on her ass. I would have been at her throat like all the Dracula movies ever. So she's not that type. I haven't even cursed at her. You know what I'm saying? And I use profanity all the time, shorty. But so she is different. But what I'm saying is that she's the anomaly, and she knows that. Even bruh, if you ask her right now, Prince Cheek, she knows that she's the anomaly, but she stands by what she stands by, and I give her credit for that. But what I'm saying, that's just normal shit. Normal to respect a woman and a woman respect a man. That's normal behavior. That ain't nothing that you should get a motherfucking parade about. But go ahead, my brother.
check this out, simply. So you just expressed a minute ago that, you know, she would be considered a pick me, and that other sisters would drag her.
No,
So
they would beat her
what I'm
ass.
saying, yeah,
They would whoop
okay,
her ass.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
You said beat her ass, but what I'm saying to you is that's why we need to acknowledge women like her, because if they're getting, you know, bombarded by black women on their side, calling them pygmies and this and that, we need to give them a haven, you know, a rest haven. I mean, the FBI and the CIA do it. That's why they have a witness protection program. We need to have a
I feel
witness
you, but
protection program
we can't, bro, we can't even
for
give black
good black
women
women.
we can't
You
even give
know,
black women a job, Prince. We can't even give black women jobs. You get what I'm saying? So we can't give them shit. We can't give them a safe haven because the
but we
black
need
men
to
can't
give
give them.
them acknowledge
Oh yeah. We can
when they're
acknowledge,
carrying
but
themselves in the way that we would like for them to. Though we need to give
yeah,
them their
but
props,
that's fine and
give
well.
them.
But the majority don't care. See, what we saying is that the anomaly doesn't matter. The exception doesn't negate the rule. The rule is that black women are in charge of the black community. You get what I'm saying? And there's a lot of black men that just going along with it because it's a lot of black men profiting just like a pimp. You get what I'm saying? It's a lot of black men that's pushing up. That's why you got them Derrick Jacksons. You got them dudes that coming on there talking about, hey man, you know, when you get a female a phone number, just automatically send her a cash app just because. You know, you got these simps out here, man. You know what I'm saying? Be like, hey man, instead of asking her how she doing today, send her $100 so she can go take her girls out to eat. This is what niggas do. So what I'm saying is we got the niggas that supersized ultra mega simps, these goddamn ultra mama boys. You get what I'm saying? But what she's doing is fine. What I'm saying is that even though with all my stats and accolades that I do, I can't do anything for her because if I'm not around her and she open her mouth, if she go to the beauty salon, the nail shop, or anywhere, and she sit up there and say the shit that she say right here, she'll get her ass whooped. So what I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong. What I'm saying is I don't want her to get her head boosted up and think that she can go to a nail shop and Pukanisha and Trishan gonna sit up there and choke her ass out and snatch her hair out of her head.
But she can become a simp. She can become a leader though. She has those qualities. It's in her.
Look, as
You know, if she
Simply,
takes
we
a
gotta.
stand,
yeah. No, they would
she
kill
can
her like
become a
Malcolm
leader
X.
of black women, and
These
they'll follow her
ratchet
example.
hood buggers, these wig weed wearing wild hyena hood rat, these husky hyenas would kill her. You get what I'm saying?
But Simply, here's the thing.
Hold on, this last part. I'm
Okay.
just using what she said. It's a system. The system is not gonna let her come up there, because think about it. Think about it. What you're saying, dog. If she becomes a leader, then what does that do? That means that she brings black men up, right? By your logic, if she was to lead black women to be submissive and put the black men back on the pedestal, that means that black men would be on the rise again. That's not how the Democrat Party want it. That's not how the federal government want it. That's not how your state want it. The state like it that the black ratchet hood book, and that's why today you cannot tell the difference from a ratchet hood booger on Bankhead and a bitch that's a lawyer that's got a $350,000 house. You cannot tell the difference. They dress the same. They talk the same. They snatching words out the air like Pierce. Show them, Diners, how they snatching them words out the air. You have the ratchet hood booger and the upscale. You have the upscale black attorney lady acts and talks the same way, because the system is popping that up. Go ahead, my brother. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Simply, I'll give you one. Remember, and Anaya should know her.
Hey,
Anaya should know
can I
her.
make this one point, Jesus?
Hold on. Anaya should know her. Maria Conyers. Do y'all remember John Conyers' wife? I think John Conyers is dead, but John Conyers' wife from Detroit, the loudmouth that was on city council, the hood rat. Y'all don't remember her?
Oh yeah. I know you're talking about.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, that's the type. That's the type.
Go ahead, Prince.
She's educated though. She was a lawyer.
I just want to take this time out because
simply.
Well, okay. Hold on. One mic. Nia, then we'll pass it to Prince Sheik, and then we'll pass it to PH. Go ahead, Nia.
I just wanted to take this time to just thank Prince Sheik for his acknowledgement, and to also give more just backstory. That took some time. I'm in the process of deprogramming my mind. So when you ask me if I wear my hair natural, that's all by design. I do that because I want to be more in tune with who I am as a Black American woman. And I do feel that, our Black American men, as a Black American woman, have been through so much. So, yes, I am with just seeking more knowledge and, just understanding what this whole thing is. In my view, as a Black American woman, I do feel our men should be the leaders in our community, should be the leaders in our household.
Anaya, I gotta push. Anaya, I gotta push back now. You said it took some time, so you weren't originally like this.
You know what? I come from a mother that is very feminine.
No,
I wasn't.
Let her finish. Go ahead. Let her finish. Go ahead.
I wasn't in a household. And my great grandmother's from the South. They're very religious people. So I didn't come up in a household where, children were in adult faces when adult things were going on. So when I say, far as me just programming myself and understanding now, as a young Black American woman growing up, that the Black American man and his importance in a household, I understand that because unfortunately for myself, I didn't have that. My father was, murdered at a very young age. So I didn't have that dynamic. But as a woman dealing with men, and understanding us in the system that we're in, I do have more of an understanding and try to seek more of an understanding.
Let me ask you this. This might be a little personal, and you don't, if you don't want to answer, you don't have to answer. Did you have children out of wedlock?
I have no children.
Okay. Well,
I never wanted to have a child. Never wanted to have a child.
And that's smart. Okay,
low
exactly.
Mileage, low mileage.
Hold on, one mic.
But Anaya,
I make a short comment.
Well, I was talking.
One mic. Hey guys, people in the chat room are like, we came to hear about Rotimi. We've been talked about Rotimi, okay? But listen, if you want to talk about Rotimi again, you're more than welcome to click on that link, and you can talk about Rotimi. But
bring your ass on up here,
Anaya. So, and see, this is what I'm saying. So then we need more people like you. You thought to yourself, you said, look, I know you didn't have it all, but you said, I know something is wrong, and I don't want to bring children in this type of environment. So this is, and that's what I'm saying. But how many people did you know? How many of your friends just did this haphazardly? Now they wake up later on in life, but how much damage have they already, caused, or how much damage collectively have they contributed to, this collective, what you call the Black community? So that's all I'm saying.
And that was a conscious decision. Like I mentioned prior to, my father was murdered. When I was 3 months old. He was only 19. His life was stripped from him, unfortunately. But and my mother worked extremely hard. I have an amazing mother. However, the case may be, early on, when I decided to go out here and date and things of that nature, I said to myself that I wasn't going to have any children, in that predicament that she did go through things, that she did struggle as a single mother. I just didn't want that for me. And I feel my mother, raising me and instilling values and cores in me, she instilled that in me to do things differently than she did. She did a lot of things right, and she did some things wrong. But she also told me to take the positive attributes and do better. So a lot of it does come from home. I have an amazing family, that just instilled in me to be the best. And from that, I took on and wanted to seek more knowledge about who I
Can
was. And here I am on this
well,
platform now. And I
can
thank
I
you,
can
Brother
I
Dynasty, for
can
giving
I
me an opportunity to speak.
can I ask you this? And as a woman, and obviously it doesn't pertain to you, but can you tell me why is it that women, especially when they're young, continue um, to, I guess, contribute to the whole single mother epidemic? Why is it? I mean, one, I can understand, but I mean, a lot of these women are having multiple children. Do you know the rationale, the reason behind that, or they're just not really?
I,
You know.
I think, like I had mentioned prior to, a lot of it is just the mentality. I think a lot of it is the mentality in our community, and things of that nature. Because what I do say is, what people don't point out is that, B of our system, we live in our own little enclaves in a lot of these states. And if you want to say project homes, if you want to say where is majority of us, and there's a lot of the same systematic things going on within our communities. So, if I'm living in the projects next to a brother, whatever the case may be, I may have a child with him and I might be with him forever. And, this whole dynamic is, going on or whatever the case may be. Another, logic that I can add to that is not having fathers in the home. I believe, in my dating process, that the father should be a woman's first love. You know what I'm saying? He will show her how a man is supposed to treat and handle her. So a lot of the times, us as Black American women, we piggyback off each other. We have conversations with our girlfriends that are not necessarily healthy. We're not using logic. You know what I'm saying? She ain't got a man, so how she gonna give me any kind of real, concrete, substantial things that can help my relationship progress? You know what I'm saying? We sit up here, we piggyback off each other and give each other high five just to support each other in the only way we know how. It doesn't necessarily mean it's right. So when I went back to saying I'm deprogramming myself to think logically on how to handle a man moving forward if I'm going to be with him. Because not only do I want the best version of him, I want to give him the best version of myself. I don't want to be disrespectful. I don't want to be hot-headed when we have a disagreement and get the flying off at the mouth and speaking at him negatively. You know what I'm saying? Just doing all of this
Being
stuff.
confrontational.
I don't want to be that example for my ethnic group. I want to be logic enough to say we're not talking and we're not on great terms. Let me, hold some accountability for myself and walk away. And I think that that's the best thing collectively, and I'll end my point, that Black American women should start doing. We should start, respecting our men across the board.
Oh
I don't even
shit.
care if you're a hood. I don't care
Oh
if you're a
shit.
hood rat. I think you're a woman at the end of the day, and I don't discriminate on my sisters, no matter what their economic background, where they live at, or none of that. But there should be a level of respect that you should have for the men in your community. You can't talk
Let, and
crazy.
let me read this super chat. Tony Smith, thank you for the super chat. Just look at how Black women attacked Iyanla Vanzant for trying to hold them accountable and asking them to be more submissive.
And that's my point. Miss, take down the super chat for a second. Miss Anaya asks, let me tell you something. The thing about a female like you, that you know for a fact that you are the anomaly. You can talk to much of, unless you're that rare female that around nothing but women that think and talk like you, which is rare. But you know, even if you go out here in the public, you go to a Kroger, you go to a Walmart, you go to the mall, you know damn sure that these goddamn husky hyenas out here that are running around wild, twerking, shaking their ass, sliding down the elevator, twerking their ass in the Walmart by the ice cream, twerking their ass in the meat section by the hot dogs. These bitches are putting goddamn cucumbers down their throats. They're putting goddamn bananas and balloons. They doing everything because they are hypersexual. Now you got low mileage on the box, and that's a good thing. You get what I'm saying? So when you get that dude, you can be the first person to give him his child, give him a child from you, for y'all can start y'all family. But for the majority, it's not like that. And you know for a fact that you cannot lead those type of women, because those type of women, they are 1,000 miles running. So anything that you say other than period, hot girl summer, we out here in these streets. If you don't say anything other than that, it's almost like you're slowing them down, Miss Anaya. And one thing I want to ask you before you leave, because a lot of women think it's hard to get up here and talk to men, you know what I'm saying? But can you just tell the audience, spend a couple of seconds, tell the audience, how did you feel of men holding you, I ain't gonna say accountable, but critiquing and asking tough questions? Do you feel like you have been attacked?
Not at all. I don't feel attacked at all because I've learned in my life that I'm not perfect. You know what I'm saying? And I am very, okay with, something that will help better me. So, only thing I'm trying to do as an individual is be the best version of myself that I can be. You know what I'm saying? I don't, do anything right, but the trials and tribulations in this lifetime, it's taught me that if I want to be, do better and have the outcome that I feel that I should have in life, the mentality that I, may have had when I was, a lot younger, that's not going to work. So you have to go to the drawing board as an individual and say, hey, if I keep doing the same thing and getting the same results, that's a problem. Doing the same thing, getting the same results at some point is insanity. So for me, I'm just trying to be the best version that I could be. And I encourage Black American women that is listening to this platform right now to go back to the drawing board, to allow our men to be men, especially if they are treating you in the rightful way. Let's stop all the loud talking. Let's stop wearing the bonnets out in public. Let's have some self-worth to ourselves and represent ourselves as our forefathers and ancestors want us to. Because at some point we do have, on an individual basis, women, and I love y'all all, we do have to take some accountability. Our mouths can be a little calmed down. We don't have to be right about everything. We don't have to demasculate our men. There's a lot of things going on in the universe as well. If they leave us, how is our ethnic group going to survive? For some reason, we have this thing that bump our Black men, and we're going to be here, and they're not. No, you create an ethnic group with a man and a woman. So that's how this thing is working. And what we've been doing hasn't been working, as we can see, because we're on this platform and we're speaking on a number of different topics of things that can be changed. So I'm going to land my plane there, but we do need to start acknowledging some of the things that we do that are wrong far as towards our men.
I appreciate
Can I make a comment,
that.
Prince, and I'm about.
Yeah, go ahead, and then we're gonna shift it back to Rotimi. But go ahead, Prince Sheik.
Okay, yeah, I just want to once again, give the sister kudos, give her flowers, and I exhort her on her journey. And one thing I want to say to you respectfully, simply, you're a very intelligent brother, very insightful. Uh, she's actually not an anomaly. She's actually the norm. And those women that you described, the air grabbers, the hood boogers, those are actually the ones that are abnormal. She's an example of what our women truly are, and we gotta encourage that in them to bring that out in them, And lastly, I want to make a comment about the whole Rotimi thing, about him being chosen to perform that song. One thing I would hope that we as a people, because we are all one people, You know, we are all one racial body. One thing I would hope is that we would get to a point where when we see a Nigerian have success, when we see a Congolese person have success, when we see a South African have success, when we see a black Cuban or a Brazilian, a black Brazilian have success, I hope that one day we can get to the point where we see it as being our success. You know, people got on Oprah Winfrey about building a school in South Africa, saying, well, why did she go all the way to South Africa, you know, when she could have did that for people over here? What we have to understand is if she does it in South Africa or anywhere else in Africa, she's doing it for us because we're all one body. And I'll give you an analogy. If I'm out in the cold, if I put a skull cap on my head and gloves on my hands, that benefits my whole body. So anything we do for Africans, anytime we give them props, give them credit, and we acknowledge their excellence, it's like we're doing it to ourselves. That's the way we got to start seeing it. You know, we got to end all of these divisions, because all of these divisions come from labels that Europeans foisted on us. You know, saying, "Oh, you're a Nigerian. Oh, you're a South African. You're a Libyan. You know, you're this, you're that." These are labels, and we got to understand that we're all one people. And like I said, whatever we do unto Africans, you know, it's like we do it unto ourselves, and vice versa. You know, and we gotta just start acknowledging our African brothers and sisters whenever they display excellence, whenever something good happens to them publicly. I think this has to be a protocol that publicly, whenever any of our brothers and sisters anywhere in the world have success and they display excellence, that we just say, well, I'm happy and I'm glad for that brother or sister because, you know, we are one. And, you know, that's all I want to say.
Bro.
That's
That
what I
sounds
wanted to
good.
leave the panel with. And
It sounds good, my brother.
it's been a great show. I appreciate everybody. And you know, everybody, you know, have a great rest of your day.
Salute, man. Appreciate you for coming on.
I just want to
All right.
piggyback, if I could, before I leave, because I'm going to be leaving as well. And I want to thank you again, Brother Dynasty, for giving me this opportunity. Just want to piggyback just off what the Prince was saying. Far as Africans are concerned, I feel that he's 100% correct on that. But what I do feel is that it has to be a one-way, it has to be a two-way street. Collectively, if you live around them, they're not the nicest to us. It's not us with the disdain for them. It really is not. We have no issue with them being successful, with them, doing whatever they need to do. We fought for immigration laws for them. We have no issue with that. But my thing is when you come over, and not, it ain't even like you got to sit up here and give us all these praises, but give us the same thing that you would want for us to acknowledge as well. We have done a lot of great things. So when you hear these stories, because in Michigan, we have a large African population. When you hear these stories, you in school with them and their parents are telling you to stay away from the Akata. These are real life situations that nobody seems to want to address on their end.
See,
When they
now
have this sort of
you're going down a different path. See, now that FBA shit is coming out you. Miss Anaya, I'm telling you, Dynasty, hold on. No, we're not gonna spread that. We're not gonna spread that. Because what I'm telling you is that most black players, that word Akata, most Africans don't even know what that word means. So what we like to talk about and we like to spread Anaka. I'm not saying that the word don't exist, but what I'm saying, before this internet shit popped off, I was born in the 70s. I mean, my talk game is good and it sound a little young, but I'm an old nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, before this internet shit came out, it was no such thing as Akata. So this is some new age shit. This is some internet shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, most Africans, when they come over here, the same reason why they stay away from us, because they see the degenerate behavior. But the Africans that see black people that are doing well, successful black people, they have no problem getting with them. And let me tell you something, an African come over here don't owe me shit. If he's out here getting it, I got to get it too. For Black Americans to sit up here and think that somebody got to come to another country and tell them thank you is some bullshit. Oh,
I didn't
nobody
say
owe me
that at
thank you.
all.
When somebody
I
come
didn't
from
say
another
that at all.
country, the only thing I expect for them to do is to compete. And I'm going to compete right along with them. And if they get further than I did, I'm like, that's a good race because I'm doing good too. So if I see an African that doing better than me, I'm like, boy, saying he's doing good. It's the problem with the low hanging fruit Black people that are doing nothing. They want Africans to bow down. They want Africans to kiss their ass. They want Africans to just like Prince Sheik were doing. They want Africans to get them their flowers for fighting in the 1960s. No, I'm not saying you. I'm not saying you. I'm not saying you. Don't take it up. But what I'm saying is that nobody coming to another country owe Black people nothing, because with Black people, let me tell you something, the Black race, the Black people are dying off. Our numbers are going down, not going up. Abortions is going up. Illiteracy is going down. You get what I'm saying? Nobody don't owe us nothing. We ain't nobody to look up to. We ain't nobody to gravitate to. If I was coming, if I wasn't a Black American and I came from another country and I have my same type of thought process, but I'm just not a Black American, and I sit up here and size group of people up, white, Black, Italian, Asian, Latino, and I said, which out of that group is the people that I don't fuck with? And I'm telling you straight up, as a Black American, that family boy, all my family is from here, except for the Gullah Geechee niggas. You know what I'm saying? I would not fuck with Black people because the numbers is going down. If I'm on a mission, I'm on a 4, 5, 6 year mission to get what I can get, stacking much money so I can help my family. The last group I would want to deal with to succeed that mission is Black folks. And especially how I see how they do each other. Every other group of people work with each other. Every other group of people practice nepotism. Every other group of people find a way to get you. Now you know what the one thing I'd be on your side about, Anaya, that everybody shit on Black people. But you know why everybody shit on Black people? Because it's easy to shit on Black people because Black people shit on each other. Not only do we got every other group of people that's out to get us, not only do we have the system out to get us, we out to get each other, Miss Anaya.
To the point that I was making, though, sweetie, if we're going to do this thing called Pan-Africanism, and we're going to look at ourselves collectively as one Black family, then you know what? We have to acknowledge each other's, great accomplishments. It can't be a one-sided, because where I'm here in Michigan at, Africans, men are coming here marrying Black Americans left and right. We're the price of business for citizenship. No one speaks on our experiences with them, and it's just the price of business. That's going on a lot up here. Once they get what they need, these women are left brokenhearted or whatever. So does that make it right? They do a lot of scamming stuff here, and no one speaks on the things that go on that's degenerate in their communities in the United States. A lot of the stuff that goes on in New
Dynasty
York
needs to address that. Long stroke Kwame.
A lot of the things that go on in New York and a lot of these places, like the guy who killed Nipsey Hussle, he was Belizean, but they put these Black faces on, and they relegate them to just art.
Hold on. Stop. See, no. There's no facts. There's no truth to that. Stop that. Stop.
He is Belizean.
Prove it. Prove it right now, Ania. Prove it right now. Prove it right now that shitty cuz is Belizean. Ania,
all you gotta do is just Google.
I will not get off this line. Listen, I will not close out this show until you show proof that he's Belizean.
How would you?
Belizean, I will apologize.
He's Belizean. He's Belizean. I'm telling you that, Donnie.
No, Ania, I want you right now to produce proof that shitty cuz Eric Holder is Belizean. Show it right now. And that's for anybody.
How would you like for me to do that? Would you like for me to Google it, screen? Like, how would you like for me to do? Because Dynasty, all you gotta do right now, all you gotta do, Dynasty.
I want you to put in the private chat. I want you to put in the private chat the link or whatever that proves that he is Belizean.
Eric Holder is Belizean.
Ania, okay, prove it. Prove it.
Google?
Ania, prove. Ania, don't play. Hold on. Simp, don't say anything. Ania, don't play dumb. You know how to
I'm
prove
not playing dumb.
Yes, you are. I want you to put in the private chat proof that Eric Holder is Belizean.
Okay. Well, let me go. Hold on. Give me a second. See if
Yeah,
I
and
can.
take your time. I'm gonna sit
Okay.
here and wait. Take your
All
time.
right. No problem. Give me 1 second. Let's see if I can do this.
And anybody else in the chat room, and listen, if you guys have proof, I'll be the first person to say, you know what, I'm sorry, I apologize. But again, I want to see some proof that he is Belizean. That's his name, Shitty Cuz. Eric Holder's name is Shitty Cuz. Oh, she disappeared. Nah, I tell you, man, Negroes, man. I just
Boy, and you tried to save my brother. See, hold on for a second. Hold on for a second. Hold on for a second. See, all of y'all be goddamn on me about getting on people's ass. Y'all got on my, when that other dude was simping for her, you know what I'm saying? Y'all was like, oh, hustle smart, whatever. Even Dinas is a person that tries to be on y'all side. I ain't know y'all nigga size. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all niggas just say some shit with no proof. See, the reason why Hustle Smart is the people's champ, because I speak with facts. I don't speak what I don't know. And if it's something that I don't know or somebody prove me wrong, I will stop dead in my track and acknowledge. She just showed y'all that she's as a cowardly black woman. She's a cowardly FBA Tariq in disguise. I was pulling her card. Y'all, let me tell y'all the truth since y'all don't know. Dinus actually muted my mic. I don't know, maybe that's some old Search for Uhuru Jedi mind trick. He knew that I was finna get on her ass. He knew that he muted the mic and said, don't say nothing simply. So that's why y'all didn't hear me come in, because I was finna cut her head off. Women like that are chameleons. They don't deserve respect. They sit up there and try to play up on you. They will play. These are the type of women that will infiltrate and goddamn turn on you, destroy your whole operation. That's why women don't build. They tear down. I'm not a religious person. I don't believe in Muhammad. I don't believe in Jesus. I don't believe in fucking Buddha. None of that shit. But only thing I agree with the Muslims about is separating the women from the men. Because a woman can come up and talk nice enough. She can have a sweet voice. And you got dudes that will turn into super ultra mega simps, want to give a bouquet of red flowers, purple flowers, dandelions. And then after that, she goddamn changed her. Then her true colors come out. You get what I'm saying? So y'all sit up there and talk all that shit about Hustle Smart, but this proved my case. And y'all sit up there and say me and Brandon sounds alike because we don't do no simping. We hold everybody accountable, and I can tell the real her was coming out. She probably got 34-inch of yakking right now. She probably climbing that shit through her head. You can look at her picture with all that makeup on, look like she was at Dawn and Tremble in the goddamn casket getting that shit painted on. Y'all niggas are simps, and y'all deserve exactly what y'all get. So all y'all women, take these supersized suckers, these busters from Augustus, these hounds from Amsterdam. Y'all take these niggas from everything that they can get. Y'all deserve everything y'all get, and I continue to be the people's champ, y'all. I love y'all to death. Fuck you and good night. Continue, Mr. Dinus.
Listen, if you have proof that Shitty Cuz is from Belize.
Well, simple as you think that other guy was simple.
Hold on 1 second.
Go ahead. Let Dinus go ahead.
You could click on the link. What do you mean? Is it the name Holder? My last name was Hollis. That was from Scotland. Am I?
My last name Fire.
These are damn slaves. Look at that. Ain't Holder? No, Holder is a white European slave name. The same way Hollis was. The same way all you Negroes in the chat. We have or had European slave names. Y'all killing me. Holder ain't an FBA last name. I said, oh man. Bro, y'all a special bunch, man.
Dinus pulled her card. Dinus pulled the card, y'all. And Dinus, and let me tell y'all something. And this is what should show you how much of how people say the agent, use the word agent. I don't use it. When Dinus have to pull your card, you know you don't fucked up. That's the funny part. I don't give you no credit. I'm at your throat. It's a goddamn 4-2 blitz every time I'm on this bitch. I'm always in blitz mode. But Dynast and that other dude, Prince Sheik, he was a simp. He don't gave that chick 12 dozen flowers, imaginary internet flowers. 12 dozen. And talking about she can lead. The only thing she can,
Sim, that's to show you how Star.
the only thing she can lead somebody to is the goddamn Econo Lodge, $60 motel, and give up that box. That's the only thing she can lead somebody to, because she came to him with a false narrative. You can tell it because they always switch. If you study people long enough, you can tell how they vocal patterns and they cadence change. You get what I'm saying? The one thing Mr. Sandman said on the show the other day, he said that Hustle Smart is careful about what he say because he been interrogated by
hold on.
so I'm trained, baby.
Hold on. Ania's back. Hold on one second. Y'all be quiet. Ania, what you got for me?
No, it kicked me off because I was trying to Google it. So that's what happened, or how I got disrupted. But to your point, Dynasty, I was not able to find that information. But that information, I Googled it. Wait, let me finish. I did go Google it and went through all of that, so I could have, put something and presented that. You know what I'm saying? But on the death of Nipsey's murder in Los Angeles, you know what I'm saying? Everybody was speaking about this gentleman's background. I'm stating you facts, Dynasty. I have no reason to lie to you. That guy is Belizean. So I was trying to produce you a receipt about his background and was not fortunate enough to be able to back up what I'm saying.
I just want receipts. That's all.
Exactly.
You know what? You might be getting it mixed up with Eric Holder, the Attorney General, because he is not. He is of Caribbean descent, or he is not. I don't know. ADOS, I guess you might be getting ahead. That's how those rumors start. But Eric Holder, the former Attorney General, he himself is second generation in this country. Maybe that's where they got it from, but you know how things spread on the internet.
Eric Holder, the
Barbados.
He's first generation. His parents are from
Barbados. I typed in Eric Holder Belize, and I didn't see anything.
All right, go ahead, Prince Street. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to address my brother, Simp Police. I know he's policing all of the quote unquote simps out there. No, it's not gonna be like that, Prince. I just want to ask the brother, like, why would he assume that I'm a simp?
And so it's just the behavior. You get what I'm saying? Like what I'm saying is that what makes it simp behavior is just unnecessary. Like telling somebody you're gonna give somebody some imaginary internet flowers is useless. It's pointless. You get what I'm saying? That one thing that it came to. This is why I make it simpish.
I found it.
Listen. You asked me a question. Let me answer the question. What I'm saying is that by what you're saying doesn't hurt anything, and it doesn't help anything. So by that logic, it shouldn't even be said. But you can say it. But just like for me and everybody else, when you were saying it, you know what I'm saying? It came out very simpish. You get what I'm saying? Because for you to sit up here and say that she's the norm, that's false on his face. You could kill you got people in this chat that don't like me will still say that that's not false. She is not the norm. Even she won't. If you would have said that and I asked her if she's the norm, she would have said no. Now, since you said that, she'll be like, okay, yeah, I'm somebody special. But she's not. She's the anomaly. And she knows that. She knows when she goes out in public that she got to play accordingly because these big boogerwood bitches will whoop her ass. So ain't nothing that you can say unless you around her 24/7 can do anything about how she talks amongst the other black women. She knows it'll cause a fight. She knows that they are getting her ass. So nothing that you saying on the internet can do anything but fucking put her in a position where she'll be hurt by saying something unnecessary. That's why it's simpish, my brother. But continue.
Well, Simp Police, my brother, respectfully, because we're brothers, we're having a discussion here. If we subscribe to the law of attraction. I do personally, but not everybody does. One of the things we want to do is we always want to accentuate the positive. And what I was doing, I was just accentuating the positive that she was displaying, the way she was carrying herself. Now,
I
that
get it.
may not or may not be the reality, but
Hey, Donis, I put it in the
here
back
on this
chat,
public
the
forum,
link
she displayed herself in a
for
certain
Belizeans.
way. So I just wanted to simply acknowledge that, for encouragement, because believe it or not, their sisters watch, who watch this program, and they were watching and paying attention. And when they heard me give her props, give her accolades or whatever, and acknowledge her, they might have said to themselves, "Oh, wow, I've never heard it put that way from a brother." You know, he
You
actually,
think women ain't never heard I give you flowers like that? That's some old internet Instagram talking points, bro. You know see that shit giving people imaginary flowers. That's some what we was playing when you jumped
but
off. What this is
but what I'm
a lot of the lingo we're speaking these days is some internet lingo. Let me tell you something, bro. It's nothing wrong, but whether you giving a motherfucker false hope. It's not being real with people. What I do is be real. I don't have anything against what you did. But what I'm saying is that it's simpish. It's some women out here take that shit and be like, man, he's one of them Queen Mother Earth dude. They take advantage of dudes like you. These women out here are goddamn like piranhas, bruh. You get what I'm saying? And they would sit up there and let a dude like you. They're the type of females that'll sit up there and go start some shit with a dude and run to you, talking about my king, can you protect them? And you'll run out there, talking about some Queen Mother Earth bullshit, you know what I'm saying? And trick yourself off the street or get sent to the grave, you know what I'm saying? For an ultra mega thigh, a super ultra mega thigh in training. You know what I'm saying? These females will use that against you, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Okay,
And I'm not saying not her.
Okay, Ania,
but
is this
simply
the hold on, Prince?
one
Okay, we'll move on. We'll move on. It's all good. All right, Ania X, is this the evidence that you got right here? I mean, is this you heard it from somebody else, Ania, that Eric Holder is Belizean?
And then not even only because I had seen in the comments that someone said I was FBA two stepping. I don't get off into all that. I'm a black
Okay,
American.
ignore them, ignore them. All right, I'm just
Right, but
we're focusing on Eric
not
Holder.
even
Where should we get proof?
right. As far as Eric Holder is concerned, what you presented. That receipt wasn't the only receipt that I had heard regarding him being Belizean. I want to say,
Heard, not seen, but heard.
well, yes, that's heard, because I don't know him personally, obviously, but that wasn't the receipt that said that he was Belizean. I want to say, and just give me a second to think of the gentleman named Whack 100. He spoke on that and said that, a lot of that he was Belizean and a lot of the gang affiliation down there, have
Whack
Belizean ties.
100. Whack 100. Oh,
I mean that's
Well,
well, you know what? That might not be the most viable source. I will say that. So if I spoke out of turn, my apology. But being the fact that he's a native of LA, he knows the streets of LA. I can see why he would have to like.
okay.
Actually, I would take his word over
Do me a
Tariq.
favor. Do me a favor. Post the link of Whack 100 saying that Eric Holder is Belizean. But anyway, let's move on. My people, go ahead. My people.
They got it from Tariq.
My people, go ahead. My people.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. I'm an African, and I've been listening, watching your program, Dynast. I think you're doing very great, giving us opportunities to share different, points of views. Um, you know, the only thing I want to say is, there are some things that are very, very touchy and very, very, you know, very delicate. And when people sit and, make assumptions without facts, and by facts, I mean facts from historians that are Black people, that are impartial, that have studied and that have done their research, especially about the history in Africa. As an African, I barely know what happened in my own kingdom. You understand? And when I see certain people, from the so-called FBAs and ADOS, and the hate they push towards us. I'm just trying to let them know, listen, you're fighting against maybe 2, 3 people. 99.9 of Africans don't even know there's this war waged against them. And these are people you're throwing punch at them when they got their backs turned. We believe we are allies. We believe there are a lot of things we can work, and the survival of Black people is their unity and the ability to understand that only together can we make it. So when I hear the sister, I feel this little, hate. She's trying to, be polite and to speak, to be all this articulate. But listen, sister, you can't build anything with hate, because the white man has tried. He has done so good for himself to now, but his world is crumbling. I don't know if you're aware of what is going on in Mali, how the Malians are fighting. I don't know if you're aware of what is going on in Zimbabwe, a country that has been crumbled by US sanctions. You talk about you did all this. Listen, whatever you think you're doing in the US, come to Africa. You will see that happening. People have been doing that for ages, and we are not here beating our chest saying we all did this. No, that is just part of us. And you've done great for yourself. Your history is amazing. You're resilient people. You've beat all the odds. And even when they say Africans are doing better in the States more than the Americans, I don't believe that. And most of the times when I hear that, it's coming from people that are African Americans, because I don't know so many Africans that would stand on a panel and be like, we are doing better. That is arrogant, and that's not how we are raised to talk. You guys have done great job, and we respect you for that. We've been influenced by you. We appreciate, we love, and we're giving you your props. There's this invisible war that has been led by a couple of people, Tariq Nasheed, and I don't have no hate for them, because they're not an enemy. We are too big and too strong, and this war they're trying to wage against us is already failed. It won't work. And if Africans turn and start giving you the pill you're feeding us, think the pill you're feeding us with all the hate and attacks, trust me, sister, it will be a doomsday for you, because the white man will have the get-go to do whatever he wants to do. There are a lot of people talk about Africa. They don't even know Africa. Me, I'm still learning my history. I'm from Cameroon. I grew up seeing my ancestors dancing with horsetails and spears. I didn't understand that, and it's just 2 weeks ago that I learned that they dance with horsetails and spears, because that is how ferocious they fought against the Arabs that was trying to Islamize the whole of Africa. So if you're coming to Africa right now to establish yourself, and I'm like, yo, you're coming here, man, my ancestors fought. No, bro, life is what it is. It's ups and downs. And I myself, I'm an African, I'm from Cameroon, but I'm based in Greece. And I made it my duty that whenever I see an African American, I engage with him. Some are cool, some are open, and I give him the game. I'd let him know, listen, you got a land, you can always fall back to their opportunities. And I'd rather see you come and invest and take advantages of these opportunities in Africa than seeing these other people that I don't want to call names. You understand? I take pride in seeing your win, because we share the same history of pain. You talk about slavery. If I tell you there was slavery going on in Africa, what will you tell me? Europeans call it forced labor, and I can take you to the places in my village in the southwest province of Cameroon. The Demonte banana you're eating it's being grown on the backs of millions of Cameroonians that died, Congolese. Everybody got a history, and that is very painful. The Bamileke tribe had at least, they say, 100 people, but we believe it's more than 100 that were slaughtered by the French people. Their bodies were left to be eaten by vultures while their family watched that. Their heads were cut off. You can go into the archive, just click Bamileke, the so-called, Makizas of the war for the independence of Cameroon. The Bamilekes were ostracized just like the Igbo. And what did they do? They practiced nepotism, because the whole country was being brainwashed to say Bamilekes are stingy, selfish. And guess what? Because when the Bamileke worked or the Igbos worked, and the white man was like, okay, you've worked for a month, I got $1,000 to pay you, but guess what? You can take whatever you want in the shop that is worth $1,000. The Bamileke and the Igbos would say, no, I don't want to take something from your shop. Give me my money so I can manage it. And guess what? These people, these tribes now run all the economies in Nigeria and in Cameroon. You understand? So there are a lot of things that you don't know about us. You read a couple of books that are being edited by the white man, that is being monitored by the white man, and you think you know us. I think you don't know us. And there are a lot of things that you could learn. And that is by, first of all, practicing love and being open-minded to be able to dig in. So please, this war you're waging against us, I'll try to tell you, please, watch out. Because Africans are not aware of this. People like me that grew up in, like I was raised by hip hop. You understand? I'm aware of what is happening. I have a little idea. I wouldn't claim I understand your pain to the fullest, but I share it. I've been blocked so many times by Instagram posting what is happening in the United States. But when I got war where my own cousin was chopped up in the Ambazonian war going on in Cameroon, my cousin was killed and his family practically almost never saw his body. The dad went to the morgue and saw him the last day when they were about to go and, bury him in a communal fosse. We got a lot of pain. You've been free for hundreds of years. I don't know how old is your mom or your maybe your father, but if he's above 70 years, my country is not even as old as your father. And I'm talking just some so-called independence. After independence, we got neo-colonialism going on. We are going through a lot that you're not aware of. And if we didn't come to help you, it's because it wasn't even easy. It wasn't sweet back home, man. We've seen it all when you're still going through it and we are fighting. Go right now, check the war going on in Bamenda right now is to free ourselves from the French CFA and the French oppression that is going on in Cameroon. Check the Biafras, what is going on. These wars have good, good ideologies behind them, but still yet we have house Negroes that have infiltrated and they're pulling the blanket towards the side, kidnapping their own people and killing them. So when you say Africans sold us in slavery, please be very careful, because I can pinpoint kingdoms in Africa that never sold their people. There are a lot of, African Americans claiming to be Moors, maybe due to the so-called great history of the Moors, civilizing Europe. I do not claim the Moors. I reject them because the Moors still practice slavery in Mauritania. And these were the people that contributed the greatest, work with the white people to enslave Africans. When you talk about Islam, Uthman Dan Fodio, and that is still what Boko Haram is doing. So whatever goes around comes around. You got a bunch of house Negroes that will be given guns. They will capture people. And right now, Africans are being sold. We got a couple of clowns that will go to Libya or go to, the Arab world and will lure their own people to come there, tell them there are all these jobs. And when they come, they confiscate their passports and they are forced to work as slaves. Does this mean these are all Africans coming together to do this?
Hey, my people, we gotta, I'm sorry, but we gotta close out. And I appreciate the message, brother. But hey, everyone, thank you so much for joining. Like, share, subscribe. But till next time, family, that is Search for Uhuru.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
We go.